that's the cool part about filmmaking to me, is that, yeah, we made a great video and everybody fucking loved that video, and it was probably one of our most acclaimed pieces that we did, but I didn't even really care about that. Ultimately, before that video was even edited, I had already been paid in life experience.
It makes me want to go drive down that highway on California.
It's one of the most beautiful places, man. And you know, as we continue this series, I hope that my goal is not to just have this be you and me sitting in a room talking, because I think that could get fucking boring. So my goal is to have us chat with a bunch of people that I've worked with, a bunch of people that I want to work with, and friends of mine that are in this business. And then I want to know about how they stay motivated. I also hope that the conversations that we spark, you'll hear more stories like that. And then I would say, consider yourself a good part of this thing. And at any time or any point, you're more than welcome to jump in and ask questions. And I'm going to introduce you as a part of this thing for that reason, because I just don't want this to be a couple of middle-aged veterans sort of sitting in a room talking about the good old days.
Yeah.
So what you were listening to was the end of episode 1 of In Love with the Process, and you were listening to an arrogant idiot talking about what he wanted the show to become. Little did I know that we would get to episode 10, 20, but today I'm proud to say that you are listening to
Episode 100. Episode 100. Episode 100.
So I'm excited. Today we're doing some crazy shit. I've got a bunch of fucking people coming in and out of the show today. Prior guests on the show, people we mention all the time, some regulars. It's going to be me herding cats all day, trying to keep everything on schedule. Super excited. But first, I want to bring the whole show back full circle. And I want to introduce the first guy who was on the show with me. Dave Apostolides. Are you there, buddy?
I am here, Mike. What's going on?
Dude, talk about fucking 100 episodes, man. It's been 3 years since you and I sat in the attic and started the show.
It's wild. Just brought me right back to your loft with the AC going, with the construction outside, trying to figure out how to do the first show.
Nothing's fucking changed. Now I'm in another space. The AC's still running. I have fucking garbage trucks that come up and down the street consistently. Yeah, it's totally professional over here. Still professionals. But how are you doing, man? So you were with me for quite some time, and then we ended up splitting off ultimately because I had to move to California, and then you got a full-time gig. And so how's life with you? What's going on?
It's good, man. Yeah, right after, I think one of the last times I was working with you was in April of last year. And right after that, I got a job. I started working at a college music school. And I do all their video work, from like orchestra concerts, music videos, interviews. And I've just been out here doing that.
Hell yeah, man! And the work's good for you. They keeping you happy over there? They paying you?
It's good, yeah. It's a cool spot for me. So before I even got into film and video, I just loved music, and I loved music for film. So it's kind of like a nice intersection of all that stuff.
Awesome, dude. You know, I mean, a lot of people on the show hear me like trash people going to get full-time gigs, but it sounds like you got a good one, man. It sounds like you're doing well with it.
I mean, there's pros and cons for sure. You know, it's wildly different, I think, in a huge departure from even what I thought I was going to do when I was working with you all the time. But no, it's been good. You just got to find the stuff that you like about it, I guess.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm happy that you're going to be able to hang out with us for a bit on the show today, man. We missed you.
Yeah, I missed you guys too. Thanks for having me on.
And also joining us on the show right now is Liam. What's up, Liam?
Hello.
The man behind the podcast these days, the hard worker. He's out there. For those of you who don't know, Liam has been busting his ass at doing all the post-production on all the episodes. He's been booking fucking guests. He has been working his ass off. And he's working his ass off for you guys. He's working his ass off for no fucking money. So everybody needs to write to Liam and say thank you. Thank you for kicking ass, because the show's really great, because Liam's been kicking ass on the show. Okay? What do you think, Liam?
You know, and it's more accurate than you make it sound, because according to my girlfriend, I have no ass.
All right, that's trashy. I like it. So, Liam, meet Dave. I feel like the world's going to explode. You both are in the same space. How's it going?
Two universes colliding, I guess. This is crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm like sitting here going like, this feels like, like Todd seeing Dick. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking Nightwing.
You're such a nerd. You know what? But it's perfect, because we're listening to
Episode 100.
Yes. Also joining us for the party today in studio here in California, I am joined by the one, the only, Gina Manning. Say hello, Gina.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Voltran.
No.
Hi.
Gina's joining us in the studio. And then we're also being joined. It's been a while since he's been on the show. He's been kicking ass, and what you're listening to in the background is him playing around. Joined by Voltran, Mike Tran, my buddy, hanging out.
What's up, everybody? Stoked to be here.
You guys smell my fart?
It's about to be a chaotic one today.
It's good to be back, right back where we left off.
So I'm excited. We're going to have a lot of...
New York.
I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotchy,
So do
scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Yeah, today's a big time party day. We got a bunch of stuff going on. For those of you at home, I highly suggest that you find yourself something to drink. We're drinking beers here in the studio. What are we drinking, Gina? You just finished it off. What the fuck?
Well, you didn't let me talk for a really long time, so. Beach Retreat India Pale Ale
that's
from
pretty good.
Pizza Port
Pizza Port, huh?
Brewing Co.
That's pretty good. Hold on, let me drink ASMR this shit.
Oh, that's not ASMR. That's how you drink incorrectly.
That's good. It's good. We got a bunch of cool stuff happening on the show. We're actually going to have the Bourbon Brothers on the show. The Bourbon Brothers from Instagram. They're going to come on. They sent me over some samples, some bourbon samples. We're going to sit here and get nerdy about bourbons because like any other craft, I get nerdy about food, right, Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with these guys, we're going to come on and then we're going to just
New York.
I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Yeah, right?
That's a really good one. You
There's
should
going
use
to
that
be
sample.
flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises.
That's because Gina put us together.
Is that Anchorman 2?
I think it was Anchorman 2.
I don't think that was Anchorman 1.
We should discuss what a ridiculous nerd you are for Will Ferrell, Gina. Right? Right? Wasn't there a point when he was in Boston and you were stalking him? You were.
Oh, yeah. The only other people that stayed with his whereabouts for the entire day were the ones that, faking the posters so they could sell them afterwards by getting many autographs from him.
Oh, you were following around the paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina's a huge Anchorman fan. And we all love Will Ferrell here as well. And I feel like a lot of these quotes make sense for today's episode.
Excuse me?
The party, the pants with the pants. Party with pants.
Brick.
So that's what's going on in our pants today. We are going to be hanging out with the Bourbon Boys. And then after that, we have some other special guests. I don't want to spoil everything for you guys.
This tattoo. All the things she said, all the things she said.
Gina's making fun of Mike. This is the first time we've ever had someone doing live cues for us on the show, which is really great, Mike. Let's take a listen.
Running through my head, running through my head.
Super cool stuff. Let me see. What else have I got for quotes here? I love playing with my little soundboard. I love this Rodecaster. It's really great. I'm not sponsored by them, and I shouldn't be saying that, but
It wasn't lava. I ate a whole bunch of fiberglass insulation. It wasn't cotton candy like that guy said.
I like that we started this episode listening to you in a cave. You're like, hey, everyone be quiet. We're starting the intro. Listen to me with all these voice effects.
See, that's one of the reasons why I like to have my friends around me. And for those of you listening, it's important to stick around with the people that you come up with, because at the end of the day, they knock you off your pedestal and they make you feel like a piece of shit. So it's very important to have that in your life. The other thing I want to talk about before we get crazy on our schedule here is that we heard some devastating news over the past couple of weeks. I'm incredibly depressed about...
The world is ending.
The world is ending, and I'm not just talking about the social conflicts that we're dealing with. I'm not talking about the fact that the fucking fires are burning right over us. We can't go outside, and there's no room for fresh air. There's none of that stuff. I'm talking about the most important, devastating news that I've heard all week. It's the fact that the cards are going to be no more. The Kardashians are no longer going to be on television.
Just having the confidence to do what you want to do and you believe in, to know that I have a voice and that I can change. Oh, it changes everything.
How big my butt is.
I don't know. For those of you who have been listening to the show, you know that Gina and I watch the Kardashians regularly. It is our trash outlet. I think the reason why I love the show so much is that I really enjoy disliking these ladies.
I 100% completely understand.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good one.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
So, I mean, I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Everybody has their trash that they like to watch. Everybody has their escape kind of shit, and I don't know, it completely goes against everything I believe in, everything I talk about on the show, but for some reason these ladies...
Yeah? How are you? I'm good. Is that cake? Mm-hmm. Hold on, it's coming. We wanted to truly thank you. For what? For just being you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for being you.
That's my favorite cake. I know. I love that cake.
Give me a hug. Oh my God.
Okay. What's wrong? Why do you want to hug me? Huh? What?
The drama on the show is my favorite.
Are we just listening to an entire episode right now?
Yeah, just to see
That's what I'm saying. Guys, welcome to the 100th episode here. The Kardashians.
I'm literally like, what the fuck?
This is sponsored by Kim Kardashian's ass.
You can't see, but I was wincing in pain that entire time.
Listen, guys, don't shit on the cards. They're my ladies. I love them. You know, because, you know, and this show is about how to get your career started. The show is about how to stay motivated with it. And
if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, fuck. I know what episode that is. That's bad.
Oh, my God.
So, this is, Liam and I have talked quite a bit about it off air, and he's a huge fan of the Kardashians too. So I don't want to hear how you don't like them, Liam.
You know, they have me there, because the first thing you played, they were talking about a secret to getting a bigger ass, and I'm like, that's right on topic for me right now.
She's ruined my life.
So yeah, well,
How
I mean,
many of those do you have?
I've got enough.
Dude, full clip.
That's a lot of Kardashians.
He's got a full clip in the chamber.
So yeah, look, like I said, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of trash. I mean, most of the shit that everybody watches on Netflix right now is dog shit. It's all trash. And so everybody has their own little show that they like. And I like that show, so I don't know what to tell you. I also
honestly like that show more than I do, and that's what's disturbing to me.
I literally think it's just because I grew up with sisters that would annoy me, and so when I watch the show, it's just very comforting for me.
And you're dating a hairy Armenian, so there's just a lot of
that's very true.
similarities.
That's very true.
You know, it's just occurred to me we really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself. So do I.
Well, no sense worrying about it now.
Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yep. Let's get ready. Switch me on.
bit of Ghostbusters feedback. I love that shit. Tran, it's good to have you on the show again, man. We haven't had you on since, man, like I think it was in the single digits the last time you were on the show.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Mike moved out here with us, actually, so we all moved across the country together.
I was about to say, I think that's the big thing is we all packed up, moved all the way out west. Mm-hmm. It's just been trying to figure things out.
How's California been for you so far?
You know, it's the most amazing thing ever.
Oh, shit.
I mean, other than the fact that, you know, everyth's burning, I'm just waiting for the earthquake, really.
Yeah, well, you know, we have earthquakes all the time.
No, but I'm waiting for the one.
Oh my God, don't talk about it.
You're a small petty man.
Has it been better? Has the transition, because a lot of people ask on the show all the time, is it worth moving to Los Angeles? Is it worth moving to New York?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's for everybody, but I think for me, myself, it was great. I really needed it. Really needed the change. I mean, Boston's great. My home. Grew up, you know, cut my teeth there, but, you know, the creative ceiling is so low, where out here you can definitely tell, like, you can fly your freak flag out here. You can be as weird as you want to be, and there's room for it. There's room for creativity out here. It's just a matter of, like, who's going to claw their way to to get it, you know, because there's that much here. So it feels good. It feels real, you know, feels raw, feels real.
Dude, and it's like we've got a great house set up here. We're all working. There's always something creative going on. Mm-hmm. You're in the back, like writing tracks and mastering tracks and mixing tracks consistently. And then Gina's been busy as hell. Are you allowed to talk about anything that you're working on yet?
I don't know. I just haven't, because then I feel like I don't know the line of anything. So once I open a can of worms.
Well, you can be vague about it.
Yeah,
right?
You don't have to talk about Hulu.
Okay, let me put down this popcorn.
She's like, I have to stop eating now. God damn it!
Because you've been busier than the three of us at this point. You've been full throttle.
You've been killing it the most out of the three of us.
Oh, thanks, guys. We can do that for like another 10 minutes. We could just praise me.
What are you working on right now?
I guess right now I'm working on marketing and stuff. Is that super vague?
Yeah, no, it's very okay. Let me be even more vague about it.
That's a niche. That's a real niche right
there. Gina's actually doing a full campaign, like a full throttle campaign, like everything campaign for like a big pop star right now, right?
Yes.
That's the way. That's vague enough.
He, she, or they is the. Oh no, wait. Yeah, he, she, they. Whatever or no gender that this person is awesome, and we've been creating together for about 6 months, and it's when I actually talk into it, it's way nicer.
Yeah, that's right. When you use the microphone,
but then I can't look at people, so I'm looking at the TV while I speak.
I 100% completely understand.
Yo, he's dangerous with that shit. I'm a little nervous after the whiskey.
It's gonna get crazy.
Fucking trigger fingers over here.
The thing I need to know: are those randomized, or do you memorize every single?
He
one
memorized them.
Oh no!
No, there's a color coordinated board, you motherfuckers. There's a color coordinated board that I loaded on.
It's actually just him. He opens his mouth and he sounds like a different clip.
You just rub my belly and Kim Kardashian comes out of my mouth. I didn't have that one queued. Hold on, stand by.
Just having the confidence to do what you want to do and you believe
stop
in.
Playing the same one.
Just having the confidence to do what you want to do and you believe in.
I wish I was closer to the plug on that thing.
But anyway, serious aside, or jokes aside, you've been really killing it with these new things, because you started directing music videos with it. You've done photo shoots with it. It's been a whole new sort of business plan for you as a photographer. Correct?
Yeah, we've been doing everything from website design, tactics, and it's been really great.
Yeah. What's I mean, because before that, we've been talking about the photography world in general, and it's really tough to sort of leverage yourself as a photographer these days, because the industry has been so really tight and difficult to get into.
Oversaturated, yeah.
Yeah, and then as far as payments are concerned, like the value of a photographer has gone down so drastically as it used to be. Mm-hmm. So like you've made the next logical decision at this point, where you've decided, because you've wanted to do all this stuff anyways. You've been very talented with branding and with merch design.
Sure, I like to have my hands in everything, so it made sense to take on a larger role.
Yeah, and at some point, once we get further into the new season, which after episode 100, after this episode, The new season will start. We'll start season 3. So when you're finished listening to
Episode 100.
then season 3 begins. It's just so you know, Liam's learning this for the first time. Liam, season 3 begins after
Episode 100.
Ooh, someone's dropping off a package.
Yo.
Oh, shit.
What we get, yo?
Oh,
this guy's got COVID.
Okay, he's gonna ring the doorbell.
This.
What? He can see us. I don't understand that. We have huge windows. He can see us. He does not need to ring the doorbell.
Fucking asshole. Because he sees the microphones and we're all doing a show. And
How do I? This
enjoys that.
keeps moving around.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. So Dave, what's up with you? How's Boston? How's COVID going in Boston?
I mean, it's just kind of like Groundhog Day every day. Like anytime I talk to anyone, I feel like it's just the same stuff. Just trying to get through it, man. How's it out there?
Well, we're still in quarantine out here because a lot of people just don't like to wear masks. People are afraid of masks. They don't believe in masks.
Hey, we have rights, man.
Yeah. So
I was really happy to see, actually. So around like the suburbs, it's you don't see too many people with masks. But I went into Boston for the first time in a while, and everyone on the streets was wearing a mask. There wasn't a single person that I saw outside. So I guess that was encouraging.
Yeah. And are you going in and out of work now? Because is the city lifted itself from its quarantine?
I feel like it's been changing rapidly. I mean, us specifically, we've been remote since like March. I go in every time I need to, but my base is home in Peabody.
Nice, dude. Well, dude, look. I can't wait till we get out of quarantine because you got to come out and hang out with me and your brother out here in Los Angeles. We got to come out and do some like bar safari. Hopefully, bars are still open. We can come out here and do some bar safaring, some barbecuing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been way too long. I was thinking in preparation for this back to my times working with you, and probably the biggest thing I got out of it was the knowledge of
The
beer.
lashes on your back.
Knowledge of beer. That's very true. That and we soup dumplings was a big thing for you.
That was the last time I saw you and Tran.
Oh, right, because we went out and got soup dumplings.
Damn.
After,
Gourmet
after that job,
dumpling.
we got the dumplings.
Chinatown, Boston. Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still? I hope they're
They
still
closed.
open. Did they
That
close?
Gourmet dumpling hut?
No.
They closed.
Fuck.
Yeah, they done.
That city's been fucking gutted. Like all of the best bars and shit have closed in Boston, man.
And that was about all
That's
that was
really
keeping
scary.
us there.
We're talking about like pillars that have been there for generations.
Yeah.
Gone.
It's insane.
Generations. We're talking like 15 all the time that we've had to eat.
No, like think about Cheers though.
Cheers has been
think
there
about,
for a
like,
long time. Cheers closed.
Cheers closed. That's like
These are
that
dog
is
generations.
Boston's.
Cheers? Didn't that come out with the TV show? It was like a fake restaurant that opened up because of the TV show.
No, there was.
It's like one of the first bars that like ever in Boston.
They moved it though, so the location ended up like right out of not
Comm
Central,
Ave there.
Comm Ave,
Yeah.
not Central Park, but what is the park there? Boston Commons.
The Boston Commons, yeah.
But they originally, I think it was somewhere else, and they just moved it there to be like a face.
I like that everyone's like, we're not from Boston. We don't know any of these spots, so.
That's part of the show, is that
Yeah.
you don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's important. Right, Liam?
Yeah. Totally.
Is this what it's like to be on the show, or we just got to agree with everything?
Yeah.
Michael, that's a
I
great
find
point.
I find it's easier.
It hurts less if
Oh,
you just
cool.
let it in.
It goes on a random tangent about stuff I've never seen nor will ever see because it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
that sounds
shit.
great.
Hold on.
Really proud of you.
There it is. It finally is.
There it is.
Really proud of you.
What else do I have in here? I don't want to be negative about it. We got some of those.
Some of us that are on this show will actually watch things.
Yeah. I found your loops on here,
That's
buddy.
become
Do me
like
a favor.
a source of
I learned
blackmail
this
for
shit
you, that
with
little
my two-
machine.
What's that?
It's become like a source of blackmail for you, that little machine.
I know. Hold on. This is my favorite quote that Liam pulled all time.
Do me a favor. I learned this shit with my two fingers, and it made people fucking cry. So I'm going to take the fingers out, and your face is going to go in there instead. And we're going to do that with your face instead of the fingers.
What does that even mean?
Liam, I don't remember. What was the context of that one, Liam?
Who cares?
Yeah, it's better not to know.
I am so going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. You don't even want to get me started right now.
Who's that?
That's Rick. That's Rick
Oh,
Darge.
it's Rick. That's cool.
Yeah, this is what the show's going to be. So if you at home are just like, man, I was really hoping to learn something on this episode. No, that's not happening.
You're like Uber. You're secretly collecting everyone's intel so you can have a completely AI show.
Yeah, and then I'm not
never need another guest.
Then I'm not going to pay benefits to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm going to close down all the other industries around, and then I'm going to create a monopoly, and I'm going to hire you and tell you that I'm doing this for your own good, or I'm going to take all the money that you make me and then put it towards developing automated cars. And then once the automated cars are developed, then you can go fuck yourself. But like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, just like Uber.
Where's that Rick sound clip?
Yeah, that was a Rick sound clip. What are we at? Okay, we're at 12:25. So we're gonna have to let Dave go soon.
No, Dave.
Short-lived.
Wait, Dave, do you like Nickelback?
I feel like my default answer is just no. Like,
you're just throwing
I don't know
Liam.
if I could formulate like an opinion in that 2 seconds, but probably not.
But you like Coldplay.
Huh?
I like Coldplay, so you don't have to be afraid to say yes. I like Coldplay.
I love Coldplay.
Hell yeah.
What
I
is
really
going
love
on?
Coldplay.
What is going on?
I'm just trying to figure out how they sew together the two assistants.
I feel like you're outing people.
Yeah, really.
What? Coldplay's great.
Ew. The whole joke here is that Liam loves Nickelback. So
I like Creed, so it's all good.
So, and for any of those ladies listening to the show right now, I'm now single, so I'm available on the marketplace.
With
arms wide open, he's on the marketplace.
All right, Dave. Well, I just wanted to thank you for stopping by the show. It's been a long time, dude. And then we have to catch up. I'll have you on the episode, and we'll do a full length podcast with you and see what's going on.
For sure. It's great chatting with you guys.
All right,
Very
buddy.
nice to meet you, man.
Okay, so let's move on. The show's going to continue here. I think we're joined by our next guest. But give us a second here. We're going to just to do a little bit of music cue, give you guys a break from all the insanity that we've been put through. You want to play some stuff, Mike, or you want me to hit some stuff? I'll get it. All right, so I'm going to play some new shit. We've got a new artist that is going to be giving us stuff for the new season of the show. Their name is Night Rider. Very excited about them. Check out one of their new tracks as we get ready to talk with Landon next. Okay, so like I said, really excited to have some new music that's going to be on the show, pushing into season 3 from Night Rider, as well as our buddy Code Electro. Jesus Christ, mouth, catch up. You guys are going to hear me get worse because we're going to be sampling. The next portion of the show, we're going to be hanging out, sampling bourbons. We're going to hang out with one of the guys from the Brothers Bourbon on Instagram, Landon Shields. Landon, are you there, buddy?
Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
What's going on, dude?
Oh, not much. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I'm super excited to have you on the show, man. Like, you are a huge fan of bourbon, as I can tell. Do you live and breathe this stuff?
I mean, my wife would probably say that I do, but I think of it more as a hobby. But yeah, I do live and breathe bourbon. Absolutely love it.
It's super cool. And you and I started talking too long ago. I haven't been able to get you on the show because everything's been super busy and we've had quite a backlog. But you actually sent me some samples because I've been a fan of bourbon. I really don't know shit about bourbon. And so you're like, look, I got to educate you. You sent me over some stuff. So I'm super excited to get into it.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So the samples that I sent you are all from the same distillery, right? And we can get into the background of bourbon later. But do you have them? I guess in front of you.
Yes. So Gina's going to be taking care of the bourbon samples right now in front of us. So there's like 4 different types there, right, Gina?
Yes.
Great. All right. So where should we start? What should we do?
Let's do you want to work through? Let's work through a tasting, and I'll tell you about maybe a little about each one of the bourbons. Oh, as a side, it's actually Bourbon Heritage Month. September's Bourbon Heritage Month, which is pretty cool. So,
cool.
You know, the timing of your 100th episode and me being on the podcast has worked out quite great for this bourbon tasting. But let's work through these samples if you're cool with that, and we'll just talk about the bourbons and bourbon in general if that's cool with you.
Yeah, totally. So where do we start?
Let's start with the Hancock's Reserve.
Ooh, Gina's already got it in her hand. She's ahead. She's a little mind reader.
Oh, nice.
Damn. All right, hold on.
So, yeah.
She's gonna do. So we should just pour a little bit for each of us and then sort of sample it, correct?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, hold on a sec. We're just pouring it out. But if you could talk about it,
a little
while we're
swish.
doing it. Yeah.
Sure. So let's see. The Hancock's Reserve. The reason I picked this is because it comes in at a little bit lower proof. So it's 88.9 proof. It is a single barrel. So that means that all of the bourbon that's in this bottle came from one barrel.
Oh, cool.
You have single barrel selections, or you can have small batch. And in small batch, they'll take multiple barrels, blend them all together, and then they'll bottle that. So this is one specific barrel. And it is from Buffalo Trace's line, their distillery. So what you'll learn as you get more into bourbon is that there are a few main distilleries that have multiple lines of products, just, you know, with like any other store, any other product. But I think that this is a great one to kind of get people into bourbon because it's not too hot. It's got a great nose. It's got a great palate on it. So that's where we're going to start today.
All right, let's try it. You guys ready to try it here?
Oh yeah.
So when you do this, generally the way that a lot of people walk their tastings is you start with the nose, right? So you can smell it. Move your nose close to the bourbon, and then back, and then maybe rotate your head from side to side, and see if you can pick up different notes.
Oh yeah, I smell different stuff. What do we got in here?
Cherry.
So, yeah, cherry.
Ooh.
Some vanilla, maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say vanilla, cherry vanilla, my two.
So you get a little bit of like oak, mature oak, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's nice.
A little bit, yeah. It's a very, very nice sipper, but it's easy on the palate. Now, when we go to sip, so for the first sip, what I want you to let it do is just let it touch your lips and get just a little bit in your mouth, so you can kind of acclimatize or get so the alcohol or the ethanol doesn't overburn you. So just a small sip first.
Ooh, yeah, it's nice.
Okay, and then once that kind of, what did you get any notes off of that? I got oak mainly came through, and then a little bit of vanilla.
Yes, for sure. Awesome. And this is like flavors that are absorbed by the fluid from the barrel, correct? Is that how that works?
Yeah, correct. So they have it's to be bourbon. There's certain rules for it to be bourbon, but it has to go into a new American oak barrel that's been charred. So they actually toast the barrel and char the barrel. So there's different levels of char. It goes 1 through 4, and the char kind of helps get some of the bad things out. It mixes with the bourbon when it goes in, or the distillate, which is actually white. It looks almost like moonshine. So that toast that's on the back end side is what helps get the vanilla flavor in and some of that oak flavor. And then as the whiskey sits and ages, it picks up more flavors from the wood. As it gets hot and cold, the wood expands and contracts, which sucks in some of the bourbon, and then it'll push it back out.
I love this. Look, let me just say to the listeners of the show, people that are like, look, it's great that you have bourbon guys on because you guys are partying today. It's more than that for me, because this is such a craftsmanship sort of gig, and the attention of detail and the years of tradition that have gone into finding these flavors. And like, how long did it take them to figure out like burning the inside of the barrel will add certain flavors, and just that, the fact that the wood is expanding and contracting would also add flavors to it. It's pretty awesome shit, man. You know?
Oh yeah, it's incredible, because the distillate, which is the white liquor that goes in, is made out of what they call a mash bill, and generally that's, to be bourbon, it has to be at least 51% corn. Mm-hmm. So this has got 51% corn in it, and then it may have some rye in there, and then some other grains that go into the mash making process. But you can have a similar mash bill, or just change a little bit here, change a little bit there, based on that, the level of char in the barrel, where it sits in the warehouse, whether it's higher up, because heat rises, so that's going to cause more of an evaporation effect. Or if it's, say, sitting lower in the warehouse, it might be a little bit cooler, so so much water doesn't evaporate. More evaporation of the water, a little bit stronger the alcohol, those sort of things.
Let me just say this right now. I love what a nerd you are about this stuff. It's very refreshing to hear.
I appreciate it. It's super nerdy, for sure. But at least it's fun. You can nerd out about something and get a buzz off of it if you drink enough.
Hell yeah! I'm looking at Gina right now. Gina, you're not really a bourbon fan, so you're trying to take this. How does it taste to you?
I think my body is just adverse to brown liquor, and I'm wondering if that's like a thing you might know about.
I had back in college, when I used to have too much fun, I had some trouble with liquor for a while, and it took me a little bit to get back into it. So is it just the taste, or is it the thought that it's brown liquor, or is there something that stands out that's weird to you, or do you think it's more of like a mental thing? I don't like brown liquor.
It's definitely more of like a physical thing, because I don't think I necessarily mind the taste. It's just every part of it, like touching my lips and my throat and my like esophagus, it feels like it's poison.
Oh no!
Come on, it's not. It's really.
But I can objectively enjoy this process and learning about it.
Right.
Listen. I think what he's trying to say in a very polite way is that you need to man up and stop being a wussy about this. You know what I mean?
You can honestly drink it any way you want. So if you wanted to put ice in it and chill it down,
that's a good point.
You may prefer that, or if you want to put a couple of drops of water in there. When you add ice or water, you're going to proof it down a little bit, so it'll be a little bit less strong. But it also opens up different flavors. So you may like your bourbon with ice instead of neat.
I definitely think that's the way for me.
Okay, cool. You gotta do a quick run to get yourself some ice.
Anyone
real
else
quick.
want an ice cube?
No, go quick, because we're gonna come back. We're gonna try another sample, and you're the one serving it. So run. So how did you get into bourbon? Like, when did you decide that you guys were gonna start an Instagram account? When did you decide that you're gonna dive this deep into it?
Yeah, so it started probably back in December of 18, I think. Mm-hmm. And my brother and I we both liked bourbon. We thought we liked bourbon, but we didn't know, a whole lot about it. So we started this Instagram, start posting some pics, and started making friends, connections. Started a little bourbon group on there called the Bourbon League. So we have this private chat behind the scenes where we do a lot of things. But as you start interacting with people who are immersed in any world, honestly, if you're intrigued by it, you're going to want to learn more and know more and do more. So that kind of happened. I had a group of friends where we used to live in Knoxville, Tennessee. We would get together and have a few drinks. Then I would talk to people on Instagram about bourbon, and they would say, "Oh, try this. Let's try that. Let's do this." So people would send me samples to start off with of stuff I couldn't find or couldn't afford. Mm-hmm. And I would send them samples. We would switch, and over time, I started to figure out what flavors I liked. And once you kind of figure out what you prefer, whether it's that caramel, vanilla, or I prefer the dark fruit, big cherry notes. It's kind of my poison. But once you figure that out, then you can kind of start picking out the specific bourbons that appeal to your palate. So that's kind of what got me started, was just like, hey, let's do this Instagram thing. And it grew into I guess more of a passion than just a hobby, because like you said, I live and breathe this stuff almost every day.
Dude, I love it, man. This is, you and I have been sort of following each other for a little while. This is what I get nerdy about. Yeah, I'm incredibly passionate about food. I'm incredibly passionate about the manipulation of one's emotions with their taste buds and with their sense of smell. I love this sort of thing, and bourbon to me just seems like such an how do I say this? It's almost like an educated man's drink. It's like you get to that point where you're in that room with like brown leather chairs, and usually cigars are kicking around, and this is that space where people are deciding whether or not countries live or survive.
Oh God.
Right. I agree. It's there's so many bourbons out there. It's crazy. I counted. I'm embarrassed to say this, but I think I have 140 bottles in my little man range bourbon closet.
Wow,
that's crazy.
And yeah, it's my wife thinks so too. She's like, you need to get rid of some of that. but it's fun because you get to try different stuff. But some of it can get really sophisticated. But I get into this argument with people sometimes. Maybe not really an argument, but a point of conversation is, why would a bottle be worth a certain amount of money? Mm-hmm. Was it the grain cost so much, or did it age for so long that they need to get their money back out of it from the time? Or what happens a lot of the time with a lot of new distilleries is that they source the bourbon. So MGP is a company out in Indiana that distills a lot of bourbon, and new companies will purchase barrels from them of bourbon that they didn't make, and then bottle it and label it and sell it as their own. And they have some say-so, like they get to pick the recipe and stuff that they want to match a certain flavor profile. But there's a lot of bourbons that cost less than $20 that are okay. Some people may refer to them as bottom shelf bourbons, but there's bottles that retail as much as $500, $600, $700, $800.
It's crazy.
So it's nuts. But it's disappointing when you pay a lot of money. Like on the secondary market, people will hype bottles up and say that the bottle retailed for $100, and then somebody paid $1,000 for it.
Right.
My biggest issue with that is, somebody who doesn't know a lot about bourbon, besides they heard this bottle was great, they need to pay $1,000, gets it. One, do they understand it? Is their palate developed enough to appreciate the bourbon? With food, not everybody's going to appreciate, say like a new umami flavor until you get really immersed into the world. Well, these people may not appreciate the bourbon because they're not at the point where they can understand it yet. Or it could be that the bourbon was just bad and it was new, and so people hyped it up, and then they spent a lot of money on a bottle that was subpar.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's move on. Where do we go next?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to the Blantons.
Which one is it, Gina? You got to pick up the next bottle. What do we got? Which one was it again?
Blantons.
Got it. Cool. And what's the deal behind this one?
So Blanton's has the history of being the very first single barrel bourbon that was ever bottled or put out. And it's by Buffalo Trace. But a lot of people love this bottle. It's one of their very favorites. So we're jumping up in proof just a little bit. We went from 88.9 with the Hancocks up to 93 proof with the Blantons. It's a cool bottle. It looks like a... I don't know if you've seen John Wick, but John Wick, when he's drinking bourbon, I think it's in either the first or second, there's a bottle with a horse sitting on top. That's a Blanton's bottle.
Oh, no shit.
So, yeah. I think he actually has, I think it's a black label, if I'm not mistaken, which is a Japanese version of it. But Blanton's is a lot of people's go-to or favorite bourbon that they seek out quite often.
So this one doesn't smell as like this. It's a little bit more difficult to get the smell into, right, Mike?
It's less cherry. It's definitely more vanilla.
Yeah, you're right. More vanilla, and it doesn't smell as sweet to me. If you still, I don't know if you were using different glasses, but if you still have the other one poured, you can go back and smell a big difference in between the two.
Hold on. I just inhaled it.
Oh no! Woo! You'll be able to breathe well.
Hold on a second, guys. Keep talking while I die in the background.
Yeah. So this blends, like I said, is a lot of people's favorite Very nice nose. Not as sweet as the Hancocks, but you do get that vanilla in there. You get a little bit of
Oh, it's good.
a little bit of that oak, some caramel. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the caramel, the vanilla, and the oak for sure. It definitely stands out.
Yeah, Mike, can you taste the oak there?
You can taste imminent death.
Sorry, I just inhaled it, so it's in there.
It's in there.
You've got very clean insides now.
It's all cleaned out.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So this one to me is actually quite a bit more oaky than the first one we had, especially on the finish. And the finish being that kind of like after effect that after you swallow, what kind of lingers in the mouth.
Totally. It's a lot. To me, it's a lot smoother than the first one is too.
I agree. Yeah. It's the mouthfeel is much better. It's a little more viscous, and it almost feels, I don't know, maybe oily or velvety. How you would want to explain that? But
yeah,
it's definitely an easier sip.
How's this one for you, Gina? Because you had issues with the first one. Is this one better?
It's less alcohol-y. In my unknowledgeable brown liquor verbiage.
Yeah, no,
it's
you're
a
absolutely
smoother
correct.
taste.
But you know what's funny though is that we actually went up in proof, so there's more alcohol in the second one than the first one.
I have a feeling by the fourth one it's going to be delicious because we'll all be drunk.
Yes, you're absolutely right. You'll be feeling good, and your palate will be tuned up, and then you won't even feel the burn of the alcohol anymore.
So maybe you've already said this, but maybe I missed it when I was coughing. But is this smoother because it lasts in the barrel longer? Is that what the deal is? Is it distilling longer that does this?
Not necessarily. So both of these are single barrels, but it could be the warehouse. It could be where it sits in the warehouse. It all has to do with the aging process and where the barrels are.
Weird.
But for whatever reason, these Blantons always are generally pretty smooth, or they're easy to drink. They have a nice viscosity to them. The uniqueness about the single barrel, though, is if I sent you, say, another sample of Blantons from another bottle, it may taste very similar. It'll be in the same profile, but you may pick up different notes. So that's the appeal of the single barrel. But the mash bill that they do with this, so Buffalo Trace, I guess, the background has two main mash bills, Mash Bill 1 and Mash Bill 2. And so both of these bottles are from their Mash Bill 2, which is a little bit higher rye. In the mash bill for the distillate. So it's still got 51% corn, but it's got a little bit more rye than what they call their mash bill 1. However, Buffalo Trace, they won't tell us the exact recipe. That all we know is that it's higher rye.
Right.
But that higher rye, you also may pick up some of those flavors like baking spices, allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon may start to come through as you keep sipping that.
So when you start to say these flavors and these notes, it's not that they're putting cinnamon in it. It's not that they're putting these elements in it. It's just the only way to describe what it is that you're tasting, correct?
Correct. It's so, I guess bourbon can be so subjective because, you being a foodie, you've probably tried way more things than I have. So when you taste this bourbon and you're trying to pull the flavors out or trying to think, what have I tasted like that tastes like this before? You may be able to pull something out like this tastes like, I don't know, naan bread, right? If you eat a lot of naan bread, maybe that it has that kind of char flavor to it.
Sure.
But a lot of people, I try to keep the notes fairly simple because most people have tasted cinnamon. They've smelled oak or seen oak, so that's a pretty distinct note. Vanilla is pretty distinct. Most people have had things with vanilla in it, but some of the more, I guess the higher the complexity is what we would call it, the more notes maybe that you can pick out.
Right.
And the more that it changes. So the cool thing about bourbon is that based on what you've tasted in the past, you may pick out a note that I wouldn't pick out, and I may pick out something that you wouldn't pick out. But once I tell you that I tasted, say, apples in something, and then you taste it again, you might be like, oh, yeah, I can taste the apples now.
It's so funny because it's almost like the power of persuasion too, to a certain extent, right? Because
Absolutely.
We're all looking for that way to describe something. We're all looking for that connection when we have this sort of thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what do you all think so far? Which one's been your favorite?
I like the second one. It just depends. Like the first one, to me, is a great first drink because I feel like I'm diving into bourbon and I'm getting it. It's going all over my mouth. It's going all over my palate at that point, which I really like. So I think we're doing it in pretty good order. What about you, Jeans?
I'm still putting my money on number 4.
As
Yeah, number
drinks,
4 is the same
more
thing
tasty.
for sure.
No, but two felt smoother.
2 is definitely smoother.
Yeah, I can see why. Was it?
Felt smooth.
Absolutely. So the next one that we're going to go to, whenever we get there, the E.H. Taylor single barrel. Kind of back to your question about how I got started into bourbon. I dabbled in some of the, like most people, Jack Daniel's, Maker's Mark, some of the less expensive options out there. So the first big purchase I would say that I made in bourbon was an E.H. Taylor single barrel, and I paid $100 for it.
Wow.
And I thought, I was like, that's a lot of money for a bottle of bourbon. And I got it home and I tried it, and I was just floored.
Yeah.
And I thought this is what bourbon should be. This is the experience I want. It's not that harsh ethanol that makes you cough and that burns your mouth all the way down. Yes, there's some warmth, there's some heat, but there's flavor there. There's something you can taste. You start to understand why some of these bourbons are more expensive and how the complexity actually changes your whole experience.
Well, I think we should try this one because you're talking about it and my mouth is watering. Gina, pour me a little bit more in there.
That was supposed to be for Trent.
You gave me a little wussy drink, and there's barely anything in here.
I gave myself too much, but there's
There's an adult on the microphone. Give him. Don't pour it all in there.
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious. I do the same thing too with my friends. If I'm drinking with my bourbon buddies, I'm like, come on now, you cheated me on that one.
Okay, all right. So we're going to try this one. What is the name of this one again?
This one is Colonel E.H. Taylor, and it's their single barrel.
Okay, hold on.
And what's unique about this is it's got a bottled and bond strip on there, or a tag strip on there. So that is, bottled and bond goes way back into bourbon history, and I guess to try to simplify it, before bourbon had a lot of regulations, or maybe really a definition, people could make bourbon out of anything. So maybe molasses, or maybe they would put flavor in it, or maybe they would put tobacco spit in there, or just whatever they thought.
Tobacco spit in there?
Right. Yeah, they would do all kinds of different things to try to, make it taste better or be different. So the Bottled and Bond Act basically said that to be an official bottled and bond bourbon, it's got to be aged for at least 4 years. It's got to be stored or aged in a government warehouse. And then it's got to be bottled under supervision, and then they would put a tax strip on, and it has to be 100 proof. So 4 years old, 100 proof, aged in that government warehouse, and then supervised as it's being bottled. Then they would put a tax strip across the top.
Yep.
And basically what they were trying to do is to assure the consumer on the back end that this is actually bourbon. It was aged for a good amount of time, and that it was bottled correctly. So.
I've seen that before too. They do that with wine too. Like Italian wines have like very specific seals on them. I think it's like the DOCC or something like that is what they call it, where like you have to pass a certain inspections to get there. Like you have to be using the water from that territory. You have to be using the soil from that territory. Like it's very regulated so that you know that when you're purchasing it that you're getting the cleanest of materials and the stuff that comes from that source.
Yeah, it's kind of like champagne, right? So real champagne can only come from champagne.
It's so cool, man. So we're going to try this. Hold on. Let's see what we think.
Yeah.
I'd say this one is definitely my favorite.
Yeah. This one's really good. Super smooth.
It's got like a spiky little back end too that sort of runs down your tongue.
But it feels purposeful. Like every like the sweetness goes to a certain spot. The like what I would consider bitterness of bourbon goes to a certain spot that's not overbearing like the first one, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of that bitterness can come from the oak. Sometimes you'll get like a little bit of bitterness from the oak. But so this one on the nose to me is a little more fruity. It's a little more bright.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you would call it like red fruit or white fruit, but it's some kind of like light sweet fruit.
Yeah, totally.
Thinking of like Bambi, Disney. I have like little deers running across the forest right now.
Exactly.
I think Gina's starting to go to a magical place. There's only been 3 of these.
This is like the most brown liquor I've had in years.
You're going to be hooked, Gina. After this, you're going to be like, I'm on the bourbon trail. I'm hunting it down.
I'll be calling you for help on where to go after you love bourbon too much.
Yeah, we're going to have some meetings after this.
Absolutely. I think I need to be in a support group for one of the things that I can't get.
Well, and I just want to bring this back to the listeners of the show. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because we're playing with our senses here. And as we describe all these things that it smells like and tastes like, this is what's fascinating about bourbons to me, is that you're buying something and you're not going out with your college friends. It's like, let's get some shots, man. And then you're just pounding these things back. You're literally going on a sensory journey with this stuff where it's like, what am I tasting? What is this going from? And then it's fascinating to hear how the architects of this create this sort of thing, where it comes down to the different barrels and Jesus, man, where the barrels are stored and what portion of the room changes the taste that much.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but it's an art. It truly is an art, because you have people who have done this for years and years and years and years, and they live and breathe bourbon up in Kentucky, and it's amazing how a distillate that's so similar. Everyone has to be, like I said, at least 51% corn to be bourbon, but the ones that we've tasted, none of them have tasted identical, considering that two of them were from the exact same mash bill.
Yeah.
So the original distillate was the same. And then all four of these are actually from the same distillery. So we've already gone on that sensory journey like you were talking about just in the first 3 pours that we've had.
Yeah. Dude, it's awesome, man. I'm really enjoying this, and I appreciate you being on the show and talking to us about
this is wonderful. I love hearing
thank you for having me.
Okay, where are we going next? Where is the journey taking us next?
Okay, so the next one that we're going to is the Weller, so it's a Weller bourbon, old Weller Antique 107, and the 107 is because it's 107 proof. So we went from 88.9 to 93 to 100, and now we're going to 107.
So when you say, okay, so here's a dumbass question that I have for you. One would think that 100% proof would be 100% proof. Like, why does it go over 100%?
Right, good question. So your proof, generally you cut it in half, and that half mark is how much alcohol is actually in the mixture. So if it's 100 proof, it's 50% alcohol by volume.
Got it.
So yeah, some of the bourbons that I enjoy the most, but I've done this for Holler, up around the 120, 130 mark. So those are really hot, and it's hard to just jump right into those.
Yeah.
And the way that we sampled these was kind of on purpose, because I wanted you to have that sensory experience. But I didn't. I felt like if I gave you all 107 proof right off the bat, that it would be too hot. Then your palate would get burned up, and then you would have almost palate fatigue.
Yeah,
and then you wouldn't be able to taste the rest of the stuff.
At that point, you're Michael Baying it. Like, you start the movie with all the explosions and shit, and then you're like 5 minutes in and you're exhausted. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
This bourbon is special. This if you ever see a Weller bourbon that's got a maroon red label, that's what we're drinking. And here's what's different about this one is that it's a wheated bourbon. So in that mash bill of that corn and that rye and some malted barley, there is some wheat there as well.
Weird.
But wheat, a lot of people love wheated bourbons because it's nice and rounded. So I think when you try this, you're going to really enjoy it.
All right, I'm going to try it right now. Hold on.
Yeah.
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
But it's got that breath afterwards where it's like, taste the oak. A little bit spicy, but a little bit of alcohol in there. I could tell that this is more alcohol.
Right. I think it has like a nice cherry note to it, almost like a cherry pie filling almost. And it's got that spice on the back end, a little bit of oak and vanilla, like you were talking about.
Oh, it's very man. It's been a while since I've had a good bourbon. Well, we really haven't been drinking since we got in quarantine because we haven't been going out to bars.
Same,
says Liam in the back. Okay, so for those of you at home listening, Liam is now in. You're in. Are you in New York right now? Where are you, Liam?
I'm in PA hanging out, but I'm looking to be moving to New York in like the next month or so.
Okay, so he's on East Coast right now, and Liam is not joining us in the bourbon. So this must be incredibly fascinating for you, Liam.
You must feel like a listener right now.
Oh, it's riveting stuff, but also because I've been sober for so long, I'm like, I remember these. But I did actually work at a place where I had to sell bourbon to customers, and so like this is all coming back, and I'm like, I'm right back home, so this is nice to hear.
Yeah.
That's
Were you a bourbon fan, Liam, when you were doing that stuff?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we drank a lot of bourbon, a lot of whiskey. And then, I was a big beer drinker, but it was always a beer and a bourbon.
Yeah, no, because when I was younger, I would start, you drink some of the shit, right? Because you really can't afford anything. And so then you get into the marketplace, you have that crap. And then I started with the whiskeys, and the whiskeys are pretty good. And then I was introduced to the bourbon, and I was also introduced to
New York. I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Yeah, so scotch as well. But my mom's a big scotch fan. She likes scotch on the rocks, but I'm a bourbon guy. I think bourbon just tends to be a bit sweeter. It just feels a bit more refined,
Yeah, I agree. And the thing that's one of the things that's so unique about bourbon is that it's the only official American spirit. Right. So that's our claim to fame is bourbon to a certain extent, because that's the only alcohol that was originally made here.
And that's Kentucky, right? That's where it started?
Yeah, Kentucky. Absolutely. Kentucky, Tennessee line, Kentucky. So Kentucky bourbon, they've got really nice limestone water up there, which helps with, with the whole process of making bourbon. But yeah, Kentucky is, if you ever get a chance to go visit the distilleries and take a tour with their master distillers and their tour guides and let them walk you through a tasting process, it's incredible.
It's so cool, man. For me, it's like liquid barbecue almost. You know what I mean? Because barbecue is the other like American born cuisine, and it feels like they go hand in hand, obviously. But I love it, man. I absolutely love it. And look, I just want to say, because we got a schedule for today, so I'm going to have to cut us off short soon. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for sending us the samples, for giving us this walkthrough.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thank you for the experience.
Yeah, thank you all for trying them out, and I hope that you liked them. So would you say was the fourth one your all's favorite?
I really loved the fourth one. Okay, so the real question, because a lot of people at home are probably afraid of bourbon. So Gina, what is your favorite?
I'd say number 3 was my favorite.
Ooh, yeah.
I concur. I would say the 3 and then the 4. The 4 had some really nice flavor to it, but I think 3 was the smoothest.
Yeah. And so what was the name of 3 again?
3 was the E.H. Taylor single barrel, and like I said before, that's the one that got me hooked. That is the one that made me love bourbon.
Yeah, dude, I love the fact that we were able to do this. I like being able to sit down. Gina will tell you, obnoxiously so, that I like stories behind food. I like being involved with people that make that sort of thing and people that appreciate that sort of thing. And for folks that are listening to the show, that want to know more about what you guys do, want to know more about bourbons, where should they follow you guys?
Yeah, perfect. So if on Instagram is pretty much our main platform, it's _brothers_bourbon. And please feel free to send us a message, and I always reply. If you tag me in photos, if you send me a message, I'll always reply to you and, try to lead you in the right direction.
And your handwritten note with this cute packaging was really adorable, and I appreciate the dedication that went into that.
Well, thank you very much. I was, really excited to send it out because, honestly, the best part about bourbon for me, or about food, or anything that you're passionate about, my personal take is that if you have it and someone else doesn't, or they haven't experienced it yet, that you need to share it with them.
Yes.
And let them see why it appeals to you. So this is my most favorite thing in the world, is to share bourbon with other people and talk to them about it.
Okay, man. Well, look, I just want to say again, thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it, man. And we're going to let you go. And I'm going to take a break right now, and Mike's playing some music, so we're just going to crank this up, and we're going to go from there. So thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. See y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. So that was a little strange little trip that we went on. We normally don't do that sort of thing on the show, but I wanted to get someone on that talked about bourbon because we're going to be partying today in today's episode. Liam, we talked about this beforehand.
We're coasting now.
Yeah, cruising altitude.
Gina's glazing. Liam, we talked about, I don't know if we're going to get it done in time for the show, but you're putting together a drinking contest for the show, right?
Yes, that is true.
So what's the deal?
The deal is I am working on it as we speak. 'Cause you guys keep reminding me of shit that I haven't written down here. So the idea is like, a lot of people were talking about, there's like In Love with the Process drinking game, where Mike mentioned something and everybody's got a drink, specifically your cinematographer, David Kruta.
Oh, every time I mention the Crew Dog, and I've had a bunch of fans write to me and go, there should be a drinking game around every time you mention Kruta.
Your lover,
I thought that great.
Your other lover.
And then I realized, what was that?
No, keep going.
Okay. I realized you don't just say, David Kruta every fucking episode. You say a lot of shit every fucking episode.
Do I really?
Yeah.
What are some?
I've got a list. Like it's incomplete right now, but I've got a pretty hefty amount done.
Okay.
He's got a tally of all the words that you use in all the shows.
Mm-hmm. What do we got?
So the first one is I'm basically looking at it like a bingo board. So my goal is to get 25 of these. And I'm at 22 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is the free space, which is put on your noise canceling headphones.
Of course. I'm confident about that one. I feel good about that one. Okay.
The next one is the fan favorite, my DP, David Kruta.
Listen, I promote that motherfucker way too much. I think season 3, no more Kruta. He's out. Okay, keep going.
You got to get a good DP next season.
Next one is message me to see who's there.
What is this?
So again,
what is it? Message me to see who's there. What is this?
Yeah, I want to clarify the rules of this because I'm talking to 3 people who just slammed back a bunch of fucking bourbon.
Okay.
So these are, if Mike says, message me to see who's there, you put the bingo chip, right? It's a bingo board.
Liam, I just want to let you know I'm fully on board with everything you've said so far. So.
Okay. The next one is Mike saying his love for barbecue.
That's true. I stand behind that one. I'm fine with that one.
All right. The next one is anytime Mike says, "Oh, I'm forgetting their name, but we had this person on the show."
That's like you going, let me get back to you on that one.
I guess. Okay. That's great.
Okay. I might have to write that one in there. The next one is talking about East Coast mentality.
That's true. Fuck that. I stand behind that one. Fuck yeah.
The next one is in the same vein, which is I'm from Boston. Anytime you say the words, I'm from Boston. That's which probably happens every single show. The next one, I actually was listening to a bunch of older episodes to see if I had missed any of these go-tos, and I did. You were talking about how a film smells. Mm-hmm. And I realized you talk about how a film smells more often than I've ever heard anybody talk about how a film smells.
That's because I'm the only one that says that shit. I feel like we should have a T-shirt that says this film smells great.
That's actually a pretty good T-shirt.
You know what I mean? Because it's true, dude. And I've explained it on every show, so you can go back and listen to it. But yeah, I firmly stand behind that. If film smells a certain way, it smells good,
The next one I have, you actually already did this episode. Mike insults the audience.
That's true, because I have nothing but contempt and love for you guys. It's a mix. It's this weird bourbon mix of contempt and love.
Love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship. Oh, Gina's burping. It's the girl I love right there. Okay, what else we got?
All right. Hearing the words, I don't know how we got on that tangent, which I think we have a fucking soundbite for.
Let me see.
That one transfers over into real life as well.
I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have that on here. I don't want to be negative about it.
Oh my God.
No, I don't think I have that one on here.
A guest mentions the title of the show, which I always love.
Oh.
I love when that happens.
I do too, because I'm always chuckling and I'm trying not to laugh on mic because it'll make them feel awkward. But when they're just like, and this is what it feels like when you're in love with the process. And I'm like, yeah, I see what you're doing. I get it. I get what you're doing.
It's even better when they Yeah, it's even better when they screw up the title.
Why? What are they screwed up with?
And because we've had a couple episodes where they're just like, I'm really loving I'm really in love with the flow, or I'm really, I really love, like, I like the process, it's like, oh, I really like the process. It's like, it's almost there, but it's not quite. I love those. And they're really confident about it every time they screw it up. Like me when I said Todd meeting Dick, even though his first name is Jason. That was a good one.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to correct you because I'm your friend. I think it's okay if you sound like an idiot in front of a lot of people. I think it's fine.
I can't prove any of this.
Now there's a soundbite that works perfectly for that one, which is I'm proud of you.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Really proud of you.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
It's one of my favorites.
Really proud of you.
Yep.
All right. What else we got? Where are we at?
Oh, I'm halfway through the fucking list. Mike mispronounces a name or title.
It's every fucking episode.
That's always a good one.
And you know what? While we're talking about this, I'm going to be completely transparent. I have this fear whenever I do a show, and you'll hear me. So when you guys listen to when I do the intros for the show, or if I introduce somebody on the show, I have this fear that I'm going to pronounce their name wrong. And what I do beforehand is I usually write it out. I'll write it out the way it's pronounced, and I'll have it there in front of me. But it doesn't fucking make a difference. I will consistently pronounce someone's last name wrong because it's just a stupid fear of mine. It's really dumb, but you can hear me do it on every episode.
It's a good time.
Don't laugh at me, you fucking asshole.
Really proud of you.
Okay, where else are we going?
Mike mentions how his films are going.
Nowhere,
Which
yeah.
is,
every week, yeah. Nowhere.
Yeah. Liam says hello.
All the time.
Yep. The next one is...
My producer is also on here. Liam, do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Yo, your audience is just going to be absolutely belligerent listening to your show. If they play
Exactly,
this.
just a hammer.
I've done way too many mushrooms, but I feel like
That one's good.
Okay, where else are we going?
Liam says literally anything but hello.
Which is silence?
No, if I, like, for this one, I've said literally something else. So it doesn't matter if I say anything other than the word hello, because there have been 5 episodes where you're like, I'm also with Liam. Liam say hello, and then that's it. You don't hear from me for the rest of the episode.
That's very true. So a lot of people don't realize what happens is, especially now that you're remote and you're not local, so I don't see you in the same space, I'll get on an interview with somebody who's like aggressively in. Like the chef that we did. What's his name?
Drink.
Go ahead.
Yeah. There it is, drink.
Exactly. Now try to remember the name, because we might get 2 out of these.
But, he jumped on and he was full fucking throttle. And so I had to keep up with the motherfucker. And one of the things about hosting a show is that you still have to guide the show. And so some people, I think it's whether it's nervousness or whether it's just their ego, they'll just jump right in and go, boom, this is what I want to do. And they start talking like that. So I'm trying to manage them. And I forget that Liam's on the fucking line. And I always get to the end of the episode and I'm like wiping sweat off my brow. And I go, oh, Liam, sorry, we didn't even say hi to you.
No, my favorite parts of those is when you go through the entire recording, and then you end it, the person leaves, and then you go, oh, I never introduced you. And this has been to some of my favorite guests on the show. I'm like, I have listened to them talk, but they never even knew I was there. That's always fun.
Scumbag move.
It's totally. I can't prove any of this. Okay,
Yep.
where else are we going?
I just did a bunch of Liam ones because I was like, oh, right. I'm also part of this. So Liam isn't allowed to talk about something, which happened a lot during the self-quarantine miniseries.
Very, very true. As soon as we start getting into politics, I don't want to be negative about it. Yeah, that was a big part. Yeah, that was a big part of it. Mm-hmm.
And then I think this is the last Liam one I have, which is when you say, before Liam worked on the show, he was a fan. I feel like anybody who has listened to any of the episodes since I've topped on knows that I was a fan before I joined the show.
And then after the show, not so much.
Really proud of you.
I am so going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories.
I love Rick. Ah, man. I wonder if we can get him on today's episode. I think he texted me.
I believe in this. I believe that this could happen.
Let me see here. Hold on. Just give me like a 10 minutes head up. How about now? I'm texting to him right now. Let's see if we can get him. How about now?
I'm going on the next one. The next one is apparently Glendale is the best place on earth.
Is this really on our fucking thing? Have we really talked about up Glendale that much? Really?
Dude, you talked about it fucking today, man. Every fucking time you mention, oh, I moved to Glendale and it's great here. Oh, I fucking love Glendale. Oh, it's so great. And we had the episode with Ted Sim, and you guys literally just gushed about Glendale for 15 straight minutes.
Oh, man. Apparently this is what the show's about. The show is about knocking Mike off his fucking pedestal. I get it.
Episode 100.
It's just kicking me in the dick the whole show.
Episode 100.
I appreciate it. Okay, that's fine.
Look, if you got any positives to add to this list, like by all means. Most of these are just, oh shit, there it is. That's funny.
I 100% completely understand.
That's the other thing. You can use sound bites. Every time he hits one of these sound bites, and you know how he's got a big fat trigger finger.
It's very
people will be absolutely belligerent by the end of the show.
Exactly. Every time on this show, every time I quote Kim, you guys need to drink. It's very important. And, it's important that you guys, look, if you have an alcohol problem, we're not condoning that you go to that. So grab a juice, grab a fucking tea, grab whatever it is that you're going to drink at the same time. But those of you who don't have an alcohol problem, guess what time it is right now?
She's ruined my life.
There it is. All right, hold on. Ooh. Guess what we're going to do? Here we go. It is time. Yo, Rick.
Yo.
It's Mike.
How's it going?
You're on the
Happy
show,
100.
brother. Yeah.
What up, Rick?
Gina's on.
What's up?
What's going
How's
on?
it going?
What's going on, dude? What's new?
Not too much. Just about to picture lock a little short film I made out in Lancaster last week, and just been having fun with that.
Oh my God, you're shooting something? No fucking way. This motherfucker shoots more shit than anybody I know consistently.
Whoa, language.
Consistently putting out material. I'm excited to see your new stuff, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a little bit longer. It's, as opposed to 1 minute, it's 3 minutes. So moving up.
Moving up
the world.
Yeah. Was this the one that you went and shot where they shot 7?
Yeah. It's awesome location out in the right in the middle of Lancaster, which is like 80 miles north of LA. Yeah.
So cool. And that was you and Chris, right? Chris Candy was in it.
Yeah, just Chris and I, and that was it. We used the tripod, a C-stand for proper audio, and we just wireless monitor. Didn't have any crew. Well, I guess I was the crew, but we just kept it small.
Dude, you continue to inspire me. With the level and the speed that you do shit, man. It's just fucking inspiring.
I've been getting really just very acclimated for not having a crew because of COVID, and now it's going to be hard working on a set and collaborating with people.
It's very true.
Yeah.
You gotta relearn your social skills because now
exactly. You gotta learn how to talk to people.
You've now become a hermit that lives up on the mountain that just comes down.
It's like filmmaking. It's as if I don't know. I'm trying to come up with something that sounds fun, but they always say like on a film set, it's a collaborative effort, whereas painting a picture is, you don't need a club. You don't have to work with multiple people. I think that's wrong. I think you can make a movie without working with anyone. You can be a hermit. It's possible.
You're just like a prickly little pear at this point. Where you're just exactly. I can do it myself. Get the fuck out of here.
I know your job. Get away from me.
But dude, look, I just want to say, just calling you in, once we had you on the show, you and I really sort of bonded, and I'm really excited about our relationship. I'm pumped about being friends with you, brother. And then,
man.
Make out.
You want to? We could do some long-term kissing. And dude, I have you on the board. I
am so going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. You don't even want to get me started right now. Like,
was that me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Did you sign a release on that, or are you going to sue?
I sound horrible. I go back and people tell me things I say or that I wrote, and then I'm like, no way. And then I'm like, yeah, this is who you are. I'm like, oh man, I have no filter.
How about this one?
I've done way too many mushrooms, but I feel like...
Oh my God. No. No. Some people believe that when you die, you'll go into this, you'll be reborn in the same body, but you'll be observing your life this time. You won't have any control over it. And I often wonder, did I already die? You know what I mean? Play like a clip like that.
No one's told you, but you're actually a big fat raccoon. So when you were on the show,
yeah, exactly.
you came and saw it. So, what else are you up to, man? So you just finished doing this thing, and then
just finished doing this thing. I've been things are slowly coming back to normal. I've been pitching on a couple of jobs, commercial jobs. In the past, and just kind of waiting for things to pop off. What else have I been up to? I've been, my girlfriend Hillary and I have been quarantining all week, so she can go and spend some time with her little nephew over the weekend. So her sister wanted to be safe, so that's given me time to kind of hunker down and edit. I'm writing a couple of things that could potentially turn into bigger things, but still kind of in its infancy. I've been getting even more into espresso.
Oh my God, that's right. I fucking forgot.
Yeah.
So you have gone down the hole. You have gone down deep into the espresso hole.
The money hole. Yeah, it's expensive hobby to get the right kind of gear. But yeah, I got like a legit Italian dual boiler machine, and I weigh out my dose every morning, and I make cappuccinos, and it's been, I'm hopped up right now. I've been enjoying it. I really like it. It reminds me of working in the camera department. It's very similar to like getting a shot. Like literally you're pulling a shot,
Right.
And I'm actually going to do a sketch with the new machine next week where there's all these people that I've been going down the rabbit hole of espresso lovers, and they make these videos where it's called like my morning routine, and it's like them preparing and pulling a shot of espresso, and I watch them because I'm a nerd and I don't have a life anymore, and I was thinking it would be fun to do like a tutorial video where I'm teaching you how to make I'm going to give it away on your show, but I'm teaching you how to make the upside down morning latte. And it's very straightforward. I show you how to froth the milk. I show you how to pull the shot. It'll be shot beautifully, very kind of, Martha Stewart teaching you how to bake something. And then at the end, I bring the shot into the bathroom. I pull down my pants. I sit on my back. I stick a funnel in my ass, and I pour the cappuccino into my asshole.
What? It sounds awesome.
Yeah. That's what I'm working on right now.
So he's on eBay buying funnels. What specific funnel will fit in my
funnel? Yeah, it's all gonna be implied. It's
That's right.
Yeah, I'm incredibly bored, Mike.
That's definitely a new soundbite right there.
Tran's on with us too. What'd you say, Mike?
I said that's definitely a soundbite right there.
Yeah, totally is a soundbite.
Yeah.
This whole episode is a treasure trove.
So I met with two of my buddies. We're doing a sketch. This is incredibly stupid. It's going to be a short comedy sketch. It's called OnlyFans, and it's about a guy who goes on the internet and he looks up photos of different types of fans. It gets them off, actual fans, oscillating fans. It's an allegory for, an incel type character who's breaking the law. But is he, though? Because it's only fans.
Ridiculous. Well, speaking of my favorite conspiracy theorist, Have you watched? Did you watch that doc on Netflix, the social dilemma?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
Halfway through it, I was like, "This is a really interesting doc. It's stating things that we already know." But like everyone that they're interviewing in that doc is responsible for creating the problem.
Exactly.
And they all would make these statements like, when we were developing it, we were just trying to bring people together. I'm like, no, you weren't. You were trying to get a paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's as if like they interviewed a bunch of serial killers and they were kind of distancing themselves from the crimes they committed. And I just thought, and then plus it's on Netflix, which is already part of the problem with the algorithms and how they curate content.
Totally.
And it didn't really offer any. It offered like this stupid fantasy solution, where everything gets destroyed. They don't talk about how. I would have really enjoyed it if at the end of the documentary, everyone that they interviewed just carried themselves, sacrificed themselves for the sake of humanity. They said, "I am so sorry," and then you cut to the next guy, and he's like, "I am so sorry." And then they just stabbed themselves with a giant samurai sword. That would have been awesome. Look, would have won Best Picture.
Look, I completely agree with you guys, but I also think it's important that the thing is out there because it is made in such a way where it's entertaining for the folks that are addicted. So when you're watching this thing, you're sort of like, oh, really? This is fucking... And when they did the whole reenactment thing where they had the actors acting the thing out, in the beginning, I was kind of like, ugh. But then halfway through, I'm like, yeah, but this is the way that it's going to fucking connect with the people.
It's going to
translate to these fucking folks. So you sit there going like...
I don't think it's going to solve anything. I mean, because I was checking my phone while watching the damn documentary.
It's totally true.
Fascinating.
I finished watching it, and then I got on my phone to text Gina. I'm like, watch this fucking doc. Like, I was just like instant.
The best is seeing people like post that documentary on Instagram and or on Facebook, and they're like, get off your phone and watch this. I'm like, what? We're doomed. We're done.
Dude, it's like... I keep making this reference, but I feel like we're all in the opium den. And I'm in the opium den with everybody else, and every once in a while I wake up and I go, oh my God, we're in an opium den. And then I just go back to fucking sleep again.
It's sad. I mean, we'll wake up 30 years from now and be like, wow, it's going to be equivalent to how they used to, put heroin in cough syrup, and they thought that was good back in the day.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I keep referencing the cigarette company. It's the same fucking deal, dude.
It is.
It's the same fucking deal. And as you watch this piece, for those of you who don't know, you should probably go check it out, Social Dilemma. But there's a bunch of other documentaries out there that are very much like this. And I was concerned, Rick, honestly, because I have been touting this on the show, and Liam can back me up on this. I've been touting this fucking dopamine addiction on the show so that when I watch this piece, it was hitting all my fucking nerves. I'm sitting here on the couch and I'm like, yes. And then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because I remember hearing that Netflix was going to do this. I actually had to call other people up and go, is the edit the same for you? Because they're hitting all my nerves the right fucking way. Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. Like,
Weird. Yeah.
And that's fucking scary. But there was a whole thing at one point with Netflix where they were going to change edits for specific individuals.
Well, that's terrifying.
Isn't that crazy, dude? And that's
going to be a reality for sure.
Yeah. And for the people at home that are like, oh, that's kind of bullshit. Fuck you. It's not bullshit. Yeah. This is the level that they go to keep you involved. This is the level that they go to keep you interested with this stuff.
Capture attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean...
So make sure you have your tinfoil hats on, people.
Oh, yeah. You put them on. I invested in a cryptocurrency called Basic Attention Token.
What is this?
And it's developed by the guy who developed the Brave browser, which is basically like, if you're going to be watching ads and giving your attention, you should be rewarded for it. Like, you should get paid. So if you use the Brave browser and you choose to watch ads, you get a small, bit of this basic attention token for like however many hours you consume, which I guess is like a noble cause, but I can see that being corrupted in the future. And there's a Black Mirror episode, I think, where he's like riding a bike. He's got to keep riding it in order to exist. I'm totally butchering that plot, but Great show.
That's fucking wacky, man. Of course you got something like that, Rick. I appreciate that. So yeah, no, like when I watched that piece, I was thinking about you because I knew that you and I could get off on a fucking tangent on that fucking thing.
Oh yeah. That was it was very pressing and enlightening all at the same time. And also, I know that they sold it at Sundance. So that's where it got purchased by, I don't know if Netflix outright purchased it, but it was a Sundance film. But it felt like, I feel like they went and reshot and updated some material because there were things that were very relevant, like when they were showing the protests.
Yeah.
And showing the divided kind of, politics of both sides, hammering each other.
Yeah. Now, and look, for those of you guys listening that are like, okay, this is the section of the show where the guys get a little crazy. This stuff exists, man. Like this is what they do. And for a half second, just imagine a world, which is the real world, where people have these giant companies, and they sit around. And one of the things that I thought was fascinating about the doc was how each and every one of these people that started everything, the guy that created the fucking like button, they all went to this psychological class, to the same class where they were teaching them how to use insecurities, how to use psychological effects to their benefit to make money. These places do this shit.
Advertisement,
Yeah, it's insane.
Bernays model. That I mean, the guy, I believe that the co-founder, one of the co-founders of Netflix, is related to Edward Bernays, who was related to Sigmund Freud, who kind of knows how to tap into the human psychology in order for us to consume.
Dude, totally. And then, like, joking aside, you have to ask yourself a question. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do first? Do you go take a piss, or do you pick up your phone?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just piss in the bed, and then.
He just lets it go.
Yeah, I wake up, I have a nice piss in my bed, and then I use my phone to find new mattresses. I just replace the mattress every day.
It's efficient.
Well, before you go, Rick, I think we were just joined by Kruta. Kruta, you in?
Kruta.
I am. What did I just walk into?
We're talking about piss.
It sounds like it.
Damn, the orgy just started.
Show.
Yeah, dude, it's getting crazy in here. Welcome to the fucking madness, Crew Dog.
Nice. Who is that? Is that Rick Darge?
Yeah, me.
Oh, what's up,
Rick
man?
Darge.
How are you?
Good, man. How are you? How you doing?
Good. I'd love to hear some more about your piss.
Yeah. Well, we can privately talk about that.
Sidebar after the show.
Yeah.
Sidebar that. Yeah.
We were going through our conspiracy theory of the episode, a little conspiracy theory segment, and then prior to that, which we didn't tell you, Rick, we had. This is why I'm gonna fucking have so much trouble speaking my way through the rest of this episode. We had a bourbon guy in the episode, and we just did a bourbon tasting on the show.
Oh, really?
It's fucked. It's fucked.
Yeah, so we're all fucking trans here. Gina's here. Say hello, Gina.
What up?
What up?
Hey, Gina, you're back.
I'm back.
She's back from Utah. How was your Mormon trip?
Enlightening.
Lots of polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Liam's also on. Say hello, Liam.
Hello.
Hello, Liam.
Everyone drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Liam.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Liam. Hi, Gina.
Hold on.
Really proud of you.
There he is. There's his loop.
Really proud of you.
And then I just want to say to both Rick and Kruta, I want to welcome you to
Episode 100. Episode 100.
Oh my God! You're gonna have one of those stupid boards that the radio DJs have that do some kind of voice and like a fart and like a whistle.
I don't know. I don't know what it is that you're talking about.
She's ruined my life.
This episode feels like a 50s movie where the guy is being waterboarded with his hands tied behind his back with headphones on at full volume.
I 100% completely understand.
I've made a huge mistake.
I don't want these.
So yeah, that's what's going on. But before I get into stuff with you, Crew Dog, I just wanted to say, Rick, thanks for being on the show. We're gonna let you go because
Yeah.
But look, man, I appreciate you being on the episode, and I appreciate our friendship at this point. And then I hope you're going to be back on the show as we continue.
Mike wants to remind you, as quickly as he'll let you on, he will kick you off. Don't you forget that.
No, it's all good. Happy 100. I'm glad to be a part of it. And yeah, keep trucking. I'll see you on number 200. Well, I'll see you before that.
All right, dude.
Bye, Rick.
I'll see you later, and thanks for being.
Good to hear you, Rick.
Thanks for being on.
See you them boys.
Episode 100.
So, Kruta, welcome to the show.
Oh God, what have I got myself into?
Oh man, we're just hanging out. We're chilling. We just did a big bourbon tasting test. What do we do? What do we taste for bourbons? Because Kruta likes bourbon. What do we try, Gina?
I do like bourbon.
The Weller.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was really good.
Blantoons, which is the horse one. The EHT single barrel.
Okay.
And the Hancock's Reserve.
New York. I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotch, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Yeah. This is what we've been doing. I'm feeling it right now.
He's lit.
I would imagine that Kruta loves bourbon.
I do. How'd you like the bourbon I sent you for your birthday?
Oh, it's good.
I don't. You've not opened it yet.
No, I've had that bourbon before.
Basil Hayden's, yeah.
Yeah, I've had Basil Hayden's before.
We have.
Oh, it's good.
I'm a fan of it. I'm a huge fan of it. The only reason it hasn't been open is that we because we got into quarantine, and quarantine is so fucking depressing, we kind of hit a point where we really weren't drinking heavy shit around here. This is the first day that I've actually had excuse me, I just threw up my mouth, everybody. This is the first day that we've had brown whiskey, or brown whiskey. It's the first day we've had
whiskey.
Brown fucking whiskey.
since we've had brown water on the quarantine, during the quarantine.
Poop water.
Yeah.
You know, normally I'm there for the green whiskey, but today we went with brown.
Liam, stop it.
Really proud of you.
Considering that you're doing this now, are you thinking it's a good idea? Is it working out?
Yeah, it's working out. It's working really good.
Okay.
It's working really good right now.
But like a couple hours from now?
Fully lubed.
I don't want to be negative about it.
Oh yeah, Kruta, you're not going to know what's a soundboard and what isn't. So welcome to hell.
I'm already confused. Don't worry.
And then Mike's here. Mike's actually playing some shit, Mike.
No.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? How are you?
Hold on, ready? I'm gonna play some shit.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. No, it's not.
We're waiting. But yeah, dude, we're excited to have you. Oh, whoa.
Two can play at this game.
Hold on. As Mike's playing some shit, looks like we're now joined by Stu. Stu, are you on?
Yeah, crashing the party if you can hear me.
Yeah, dude. What's up, brother?
Literally in the process of escaping New York.
Really? What are you doing?
Right now. Escaping New York. I'm in a car right now. My girlfriend Erica is lovely enough to be driving me. But no, we're looking at housing options outside of New York shoeboxes that you're potentially trapped in.
Oh,
for
right.
ages on end.
So you're looking for a new.
Yeah.
You're looking for a new place to live at this point, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Where?
I mean, pretty much all over. I mean, we're looking in the Boston area, but the net is cast wide. So, I mean, we're kind of looking all over from, these towns may sound familiar to anybody Boston-based, but Littleton, Upton. We're leaving Sharon right now. We've looked in Sudbury today. We actually just finished up, but things went a little bit longer, so we are driving right now.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I mean, I hope you find some place that's out of the city. I hope that'll be good for you. I mean, Boston's kind of tough right now. I don't know if you guys noticed, but all the cool fucking bars are dead in Boston. Like, all the cool restaurants and bars are fucking dead right now.
Oh, yeah, that's everywhere.
It's kind of depressing. Like all of the, I think Deep Ellum finally, did Deep Ellum close too, Gina?
Yeah, now it's just Lone Star times 2.
So it's just Lone Star now in Boston?
They're opening up the second half that was Deep Ellum into additional seating for Lone Star.
I wonder why they're fucking doing that.
Deep Ellum is going fully like distillery or whatever.
Weird.
Soul crushing.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Soul crushing is
That's
correct.
good for us. It's good that all bad things happen to Boston once we're gone.
She's ruined my life.
That was really the genesis of it. We're going to find out that, on your guys' way out, you just, dropped a bunch of hand grenades on the way out the door.
That's kind of the move for us.
Well, the good thing is you won't know, if you're moving there, then you won't know what is gone because you're new to it all, so everything will be fun.
Yeah. Well,
it'll be a
look.
fresh
This
bacon
is
surprise.
a celebratory episode. This is getting too fucking depressing, okay? Let's just get back into...
Excuse me?
The party. The pants. With pants.
Can't with
Party
this
pants.
soundboard. No, it sounds like Gina's celebrating the fact that she's not in Boston. I mean, that was some psychopathic shit to say right there.
It is.
Yeah, it's good. We moved out, so it can all burn down. Great.
She went to say something to the microphone, just leaned back. Listen, we're supposed to be up.
And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises.
Yeah, that's how we're feeling right now. Stu, you walked into a fucking hornet's nest, brother. We have been here on the show for about an hour and 40 minutes at this point. We just had a bourbon testing with bourbon dudes. They sent us samples. And so we're feeling it right now. It's good.
That sounds outstanding. Yeah, I mean, now I know where the trumpets are coming from and all the glory.
It's very true. Mike's plugged in right now. He's giving us some synths. There you go. He's making it happen. So what's new with you, Stu? How's life? You back to work yet? Or what's going on with you?
Yes and no is the answer. I mean, there's not really much that's formally shooting right now. I was very lucky. So I was on a TV series that shut down this winter due to COVID. And one of the things that they've been able to do in the meantime is the writers were able to write every single episode for the TV series. So, I think it's something that you've talked about on the podcast before, but typically for a TV series, what happens is that you're kind of shooting and prepping simultaneously, and you'll shoot one episode and prep another, or shoot 2 episodes and then prep another 2. But what we're able to do on this TV series is actually look at all 9 episodes. The writers were able to finish all 9 of them together. And then now with all these, new COVID protocols, we're able to look at the entire schedule and see how that would theoretically affect the series when it goes, back up again when we're able to shoot.
Yeah.
So what's actually been kind of great is the past 5 or 6 weeks, we've been able to look at all 9 episodes with the producers and the writers and look at the best way to kind of tackle this in our brave new world. So, it's tough and there's not really a whole lot of information to go on. And, people are still figuring things out. But, so I have been working on that, and it has been an incredibly interesting experience working with this small group of folks. Actually, when this is over, I'm actually going to be jumping on a meeting with my bosses, with the producers of the series, to see what they think of my latest iteration of a 9-episode schedule, which I've never done before, which was incredibly intimidating. But also, it was enlightening as well.
Well, for those new listeners to the show that haven't heard, go back and listen to Stu's episode. Stu has been an assistant director and a director for years. He worked on Mindhunter. He's worked on a bunch of other shows. So it's a really great episode. And so what he's talking about here is sort of scheduling out a new TV series during COVID and how to fucking get through this craziness. Because we've talked about this, Stu, and then Kruta, we've talked about this as well. There are all sorts of different theories on how to be able to continue shooting through COVID. And out here in Los Angeles, they've kind of started shooting shit. Like I've talked to a few people that are still in that are still trying to figure it out. But production's kind of running in New York and Boston at this point.
Yeah, New York's actually humming along pretty great. I'm actually about to go meet up with our mutual friend Greg Tango for some barbecue. He's wrapping a 2-day shoot right now.
Fuck you, fuck off.
Oh yeah,
I like how you just slide that right in there. I'm about to go hang out with Tango for some fucking barbecue. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
me.
Yeah, I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah, you go fuck yourself.
Mail me some ribs.
Yeah, so we did a couple jobs a few weeks ago. It's depends on what you're doing, right? Like if it's a commercial, the rules are a lot more lax. It's more like COVID declaration, don't come to work if you have symptoms, but there's no testing, and hope everything goes well. But New York City's got a 0.8% positivity rate, so you'd have to interact with 125 people before you start hitting like chances of interacting with someone with it. That said, I think the bigger projects are doing bigger testing protocols. I have a film coming up in October where I just got confirmation that they'll be doing rapid testing every day of everybody. That's just the first bit. I'm sure they'll be doing, like the pod system and all that stuff. So I think in the areas where it's, where it's subsided enough, like the Northeast right now is doing great overall. It's totally possible to go back to work as long as you take the right precautions.
Hey, look, man, we're doing even better out here in Los Angeles. Like, we're killing it out here. Everybody out here is like wearing their fucking masks. Like, the world's not on fire out here. It's great. I get to go outside every day.
Well, I mean, they have to for the smoke, right?
It's really cool out here. I'm happy.
Our mutual friend Dan Centrone told me that you guys have 24/7 magic hour now.
It's very true. It's very true. Like, I went outside last week and was like, what the fuck's going on? It was like I was wearing like these really bad 80s sunglasses, and the sun, all the reflections of the sun and all the car reflections and everything, it was pink. It was fucking insane, dude. It was like there's this really funny meme kicking around with the Denis Villeneuve fucking stages of air pollution, and we were definitely
I saw that.
We were definitely in a Blade Runner.
Yeah, it's straight up Blade Runner.
Yeah. It's been crazy, and I also took your advice, Crew Dog, and I got a box fan, and I put a stage 10 or whatever the fuck they call it filter on the back of it, and we literally had it running in the house. With also a filter on the AC system, and 3 days later, it's brown. In the house.
Yep.
It's fucking
brown.
And we've sealed our windows and stuff, too.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
It's still brown.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
As a weak little asthma boy, it's been great. You got asthma, too, Mike. You went bike riding yesterday.
Yeah, after the bike ride, I was like, fuck this. Literally, my chest just felt like it was dry. My mouth and my nose both were kind of like semi-burning.
Every morning I wake up, my eyes are itchy and my face is fucking burning. It's just insane, dude.
Like it looked clear yesterday, so I was like, all right, go for a quick ride, just get a little exercise, and maybe it's even worth it just to, get my lungs pushing. And then I was out there literally like, Gina's like, you're coughing. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it's actually bad.
She was begging me to go on the journey too. I'm like, that's just, you want a new boyfriend. That's all that is.
Yeah, by the
I
time
honestly, I have that same response after exercise these days as well, but it's because of the barbecue.
That's what I said. I wrote in our barbecue group the other day, like, if I want to smoke meat, I'll just leave it on the front porch and there'll be a fucking smoke ring in it. It's pretty crazy out here as far as all that shit's concerned. But, guys, I just want to make it clear. Global warming isn't real. Like, none of this really exists.
Yeah, it is getting colder here, so that has convinced me that it's all been a farce.
It's a total fucking farce.
We're all really just plugged in.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I
but don't take our word for it. Do your own
understand.
research.
Yeah, you're right. Do your own research, as Kruta says.
Yeah, I hear Google and YouTube are the places to do that.
Yeah. But that's why I had Rick on the show. We were talking about the that doc that we both love. The fucking what is it called again? The Social Dilemma. There it is. The Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma. Yeah.
Yeah. We were chatting about that. Dude, I'm happy that thing's out there. I'm happy that they've made it in such a way that the younger folks can digest it a little bit, because it's fucking real, man. All that shit's real,
Yeah. My buddy Drew Levin worked on that. He did great work.
Oh, no shit. That's cool, man. Really cool. So what's new with you, Crew Dog? What's going on?
I have actually been swamped the last few days. I've been prepping this feature, which has been a lot of fun. It actually kind of reminds me of the work that we do together. You know, it's a lot of creatures and a lot of style, and it's just the biggest project that I've undertaken yet. I mean, it's a tier 1 union film, and you know, they hired me 2 months out, which is probably the longest lead time I've ever had up to a feature. So that's been really great. I mean, we're over a month away from principal photography, and I have all my keys locked in. You know, I got a camera package hopefully locked in by next week. I mean, it's awesome. We're getting creative. Directors sending over all sorts of ideas and shot lists, and it's great. It's good to be out of the quarantine, doing stuff in the den, like solo tabletop bullshit, and you know, watching the news every day. It's good to actually be doing something creative.
Dude, I'm happy, man. I'm happy that you got some fucking work, because you and I were talking about this earlier. You know, you're in the middle of quarantine and everything's just seeming really fucking down, and it's like, what the fuck? What am I going to do, and how is this going to progress? But I knew that you were going to get some work, man, and I'm happy that shit's finally kicking in. And it's nice to hear that the East Coast is at least, you know, doing their fucking part, and so that you guys can go back to work. I mean, that's all really good
Just
stuff.
to clarify, it's the Northeast.
That's very true.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, it's further down south. It's a bit of a mess, but you know, thankfully we have leaders that actually listen to science, and scientists and doctors and epidemiologists that, you know, say this is what you do to beat a pandemic, and they go, okay, we're going to do that.
It's very true.
And here we are. You know, we can actually work. I can go out and hang out with buddies, obviously distanced, but you know, we can go hang out, have some hometown barbecue, have some other half beer, and you know, actually shoot some stuff.
Are you drinking beer right now? Do you have a beer with you?
I do. I actually just picked up an other half IPA. It's called the More Nelson Than All Nelson.
Ooh, I'm fucking jealous, man. You got the good shit going right now. What are we drinking here? We're drinking Gina.
Swill.
Shut the fuck up. Gina handed me a Smog City Brewing Company IPA. It's Amarilla Gorilla, I guess is what it's called. Pretty good. Pretty good. Stu, are you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm coming in and out because we're driving, and there was actually an interesting couple seconds where I could only hear Kruta responding to you, and I couldn't hear you at all, which was fascinating.
That's good. That's the level of quality that we like on the show. That's what we strive for.
That's actually the best way to listen to the show.
Yeah, exactly. You don't listen to you at all. You just listen to the guest.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, I think that probably cuts out 70% of the content not listening to you, but you know.
Listen, everybody's heard. I say the same shit every episode, so it doesn't matter. Well, look, you and I talk about this all the time. You're always starting talking shit text threads with me and Crew Dog. Good news, brother. Good news. Liam has put together an official drinking game for the show. Isn't that correct, Liam?
That is correct, Liam.
So he's going to be putting out a bingo board for drinking every time I say a bunch of shit. What are some of the highlights on that, Liam?
Some of the fan favorites are when Mike says, "I love barbecue."
Yeah.
When he mentions his DP, David Kruta.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Some of the ones we haven't gone over yet in this episode, so this is new for everybody listening. When the doorbell rings.
That fucking happened this episode already.
That's right.
Yeah. Goddamn FedEx. They look in the window and they see all the microphones set up. And we're just looking at them going, hey, we're recording it. He just looks at us slowly and pushes the fucking doorbell. That motherfucker. that motherfucker. What else you got there, Liam?
I've got when Mike says, I'm not sponsored by them, but I should be.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I should be sponsored by all. You all should sponsor this show because this show is fucking great. So if you don't sponsor me, you can go fuck yourself. How's that?
Which number and what is the number and column is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a couple options of these, so it's not the same bingo board for every episode. But we're gonna. I don't know yet. You know, we're seeing.
Do you have one on there for lawn services?
Oh shit, that's a great one.
Where does Mike's ranting come in? Right, like is it just do you consider it a whole rant?
Like a rant beyond 5 minutes. Like if you hit the 5-minute mark, that's a bingo.
So we have something like that where it's he says the words, "I don't know how we got on that tangent."
I know exactly what you mean, Brian. Every newsman in this city's laughing at us, and I don't like it.
Yeah, remember that, you motherfuckers.
Liam, do you have one for like Mike playing audio that comments on yourself, like where he makes a direct audio playback thing?
Really
I
proud
do
of you.
have Mike plays the same sound clip 3 times.
Really proud of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Really proud of you.
There you go. Drink it up, buddies. Guys, look, I appreciate listening to you guys giving me shit. I really appreciate that. But we have another guest coming in. Get ready.
Great.
Here we go. Here, let's see if this will work. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Here we go. Roadcaster kicking ass.
Heyo.
Yo, it's our boy Jarvis. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How are you? Hi.
Yes. Jarvis, you are on the line with Crew Dog. Crew Dog's on with us.
Oh, what's up, dude? How are you?
Oh, I missed your face.
Oh, I miss everything about you. Your musk, your wonderful body, your meat skills. Same with you, Mike.
Yeah, I miss you too, buddy. You're also on with Liam. I don't know if you met Liam, but Liam's been on the show for ages.
Yeah, he's your producer guy, right?
Yeah, he's my little boy.
That's me, the producer.
What's up, Liam? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing awesome. How are you, man?
And then Tran's putting his headset on right now. Mike Tran's here as well. So,
oh, hell yeah. Hi, Tran. How are you, man?
Oh,
shit.
And you're also hanging out with Stu. Stu's on as well with us. Say hi, Stu.
Hey, Stu.
Hello.
So,
what's up, man?
So, Jarvis, I wanted to have you on the show because if there's one thing that I'm really bummed out about leaving behind on the East Coast, is it's you, brother. Like, you're one of my favorite people on the fucking planet, man.
Oh, you're making my heart swell, and that's not my cardiac disease either.
I miss you, man. And the fact that we haven't been able to hang out. You were originally going to come out here and hang out for a little bit, and then this fake fucking virus hit us where, you know, they're lying to us all the time and it doesn't really exist, and then we're not allowed to hang out together. It's kind of a bum out, man, you know?
And completely shut our industry down and all that nonsense. Yeah, it really all sucks. I can't stand it.
Just destroying me. How are you doing, buddy? What are you up to these days?
I'm good. I'm actually I'm in the middle of a gig right now. We're about to test a new prototype camera for some they're going to use on some features coming up. So unfortunately, I can't give you any details because I signed an NDA. But we're about to get our hands on it in the next couple of days, and I'm pretty excited.
Yeah,
I don't know what to expect. They can't tell me anything, so I don't know what to expect until I get my hands on the actual camera, but I'm pretty excited, so it's cool. But no, haven't really been doing much shooting. There's no productions like that are then my normal productions that I do are not happening, so it really stinks.
Well, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. Hold on. Jesus Christ, we're drinking beers and whiskeys and bourbons over here.
I'm jealous.
We talked a little bit about it yesterday, and you've been filling your time with learning Blender, right?
Yeah. So I've been taking a course on it, just trying to learn, 3D sculpting, building levels for video games, all that stuff. So yeah, I've been kind of deep diving into it. It's a lot of fun. I like it.
I don't know, nerd.
Dude, I don't know if you
2.9.
I don't know if you want to talk about it on the show, but what did you send me yesterday?
So I got this long running joke with my buddy Kurt. He owns a tattoo shop.
Uh-huh.
He is. You remember that scene in Superbad where what's his face? Jonah Hill gets busted for drawing all the dicks in his notebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
So my buddy is the king of that. He draws the best penises I've ever seen for like different characters and stuff. Like he drew like what Predator's dick would look like, what RoboCop's dick. So we've been playing this game where we try to outdo each other. And so I made a big 3D rig, and I'm going to 3D print it for all my friends for Christmas this year.
Jarvis sends me a text. He sends me a text. He's like, dude, I've been learning Blender and stuff like that, and I think you'd really appreciate what I've been designing. And then he sends me the chubbiest, thickest little penis.
I call it the tugboat.
He calls it the tugboat.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys, especially you, Kruta. I'll send it to you. You got to see this little guy. He's pretty cute.
I think my weekend is about to be made.
You can fucking throw that thing on the grill. It'd be delicious. A lot of meat on that thing.
It's like a fucking lobster tail. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, man, I miss you, brother. Oh, God
I miss
damn
you guys too, man. I just miss our goofy on-set antics. I mean, we were always laughing our balls off on set. I miss that.
Oh, dude, I still have it on my phone. And for those of you listening that are new to the show, do yourself a favor and go back in time. Jarvis has been on the show. Jarvis and I have been working together for years. Those of you who are Killswitch Engage fans, those of you who love the Always video, Jarvis was the cinematographer on Always. The infamous story of us traveling up and down the coast of California. We drove that 4 or 5 times or whatever the fuck we did.
Yeah, we were doing it for a week straight. We kept going up and down it.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Oh, man.
Dude, and the story we talk about on the episode of you finding the fucking crack.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and the needle. Oh, God. Yeah, please go back and listen to that story because it's hysterical.
But then Jarvis has been consistently, and the one thing I love about you, Jarvis, is that you just love to be around good people and you love to be on set, and there's never an ego involved with you. So,
nah.
You've come on where Crew Dog and I are working together, and you've just come on and you've done first assistant camera work with us. And
I just love to work, man. It's my thing. I love to work. It's there's no place I'd rather be than on set. It's like the best. So much fun.
Yeah, Gina's just joining us right now. Guess who's on, Gina?
Hi, Gina.
Yo, what up?
What up, dog? Hey, did you see the tugboat?
I did. It was real thick, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, that thing's a little honker.
I'm gonna hire you for all my dick blender needs.
Oh my God, please, dude! I'll do it in a heartbeat. I love making dick.
Thick or thin, Jarvis is there for you.
I'm in like a dick.
Dude, I still have on my phone when we were shooting Who's There, and we were doing the infamous scene with the cabinet scene. For those of you who haven't seen Who's There, you can write to me and ask. Maybe I'll send you a link.
Bingo.
If you're lucky.
But I still have that moment where I feel like the thing I love about you is that sometimes you tune out and then you tune in and you're very in tune when it's time to do your job, but then you sort of tune out in between.
Oh yeah.
so you had no idea what was going to happen when we did this sequence, and I still have it on my phone where you're just like watching it because you have to pull focus. Jarvis is pulling focus as he's paying attention to the monitor, and that shit happens, and you just hear him go, "Oh shit!"
Well, it was like a total for me. It was like a poltergeist moment. Yeah, it was a poltergeist moment to me. It was like that scene in Poltergeist when she's like looking at the TV comes on, and she's all like lit by the TV. Like it reminded me of that, and that's like one of my favorite movies. So I loved it. I was so excited for that scene.
This house is clear.
Yeah! Don't go through the light, Caroline!
Oh, it's one of the greatest.
Man, so cool, dude. When are we going to get out of this fucking quarantine? Because then Stu, Crew Dog, and you all come out here. We'll get a space. Let's just do our shit. Let's barbecue. Let's die together. Let's die on meats.
Yes.
I'm totally into that.
Oh, dude, I already got warned by my doctor that I gotta. Yeah, I'm into it too.
Pact?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I will blow my entire retirement savings on the like Corona is over party. We're making it happen. This is going to be an international affair.
Jarvis, what did your doctor say?
Smoke meat in multiple countries.
I will die with you guys anytime.
What did you ask, Gina? What was up?
What did your doctor say, Jarvis?
I got to stop eating a lot of meat. So I'm willing to eat meat with you guys and die.
I just imagine that you've somehow found in your world a doctor that speaks that way. Yo, you gotta stop eating a lot of meat.
Yo, quit eating meat, you fat fuck.
And you're like, yo.
Yeah, there's a lot of things she doesn't want me to do, but I don't really listen to her. She's just a doctor. What does she know?
She's just a woman.
Oh.
No, that's mean, Gina.
Oh, it's 2020. We're all supposed to go right now.
Oh, why do you gotta bring gender into it?
They are really cool.
Oh my God.
Speaking of the path to death, I finally just parked and I'm not driving anymore. So that, of course, means...
Means what?
Yeah, what does it mean? Don't leave us hanging.
I tried to open a beer next to the microphone. I don't know if it translated.
All right, there you go. See, look.
There we go.
We're not promoting drinking and driving, but we are promoting parking and driving.
Stopping your driving and drinking.
Yeah, parking and driving.
Yeah,
as long as the engine's not running, you're good.
Parked for the evening. No more driving.
Yeah, and
Totally
also, Liam, go fuck yourself. I heard you make fun of me at that shit. I heard you make fun of me at that shit.
Really proud of you.
You piece of shit. I love it.
I 100% completely understand.
Jarvis, are you sad the Kardashians are stopping?
They can go fuck themselves. I'm glad they're stopping. That's garbage television.
Oh, come on, man. The cards?
How can you be famous by fucking someone? Like, come on.
What?
Also, Kanye is a waste of oxygen.
Technically, that's saying
That's
that
my hot-
every
that's my hot
president's
take.
wife.
Whoa, Kanye's my next
Yeah.
president, man. Kanye's going to be my boy.
Jarvis,
Yeah, with all
Trump
that voter
fucks
fraud
everybody
he has
every
going
day,
on.
and he's super famous.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love all of this shit.
Just having the confidence to do what you want to do and you believe know that I have a voice and that I can change everything.
Yeah.
She's ruined my life.
What is that? What am I hearing right
He
now?
spent all day yesterday collecting little sound bites from the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's my...
If you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had to watch that to get the clip?
He has seen it though.
Yeah, no, I love that show. I
He
watch
loves
that
the
show
He
consistently.
puts it on and
No,
then
you
he
don't.
puts
Yeah,
it on and then he
dude.
looks at me like I should be there while he watches it.
That's his excuse.
Listen.
I know exactly what you mean, Brian. Every newsman in this city's laughing at us. And I don't like it.
This is what Jarvis, what's going on? You and I haven't caught up in a while. I got myself a nice Rodecaster. And by the way, Rode microphones, you should be fucking sponsoring this show. But I got a nice little Rodecaster.
Bingo.
Yeah, I got a nice little Rodecaster. And so I get to store all these really great little moments on here like this one.
It wasn't lava. I ate a whole bunch of fiberglass insulation. It wasn't cotton candy like that guy said.
Baxter.
Dude, I need to give you an oh yeah, so you can add that to it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, please.
I'll record it on my good mic so you have a good quality one.
Please. I want a couple variations. And
Yeah, I'll give you the oh yeah, that pissy. Bring me pissy.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, so the show is completely dissolving at this point. For those of you listening, what?
It was your idea to bring Jarvis on. Come on.
I love it. I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah, you might need a viewer discretion is advised before you do this episode.
And the decision has been passed down to make Veronica our co-anchor.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is that when we were I think this was when we were doing the Kill Switch Always video. Was it that time, Jarvis?
I think I did it every single time we hung out. I don't think there was a specific time.
I think you're in that bar that plays the porn
Yeah,
on all the
no.
TVs.
So Jarvis doesn't remember, so I'm gonna let you guys know. So basically, when we were doing Always, we ended up stuck basically in California. We were driving up and down the coast, and if you go watch the Kill Switch Always video, it makes sense to you. But one of the things that we like to do, you, me, and Tony,
Oh, that's such a juicy burp. That was so
I know,
gross.
it's just so gross. It's because I just threw up in my mouth. So you, me, and Tony went on a bunch of bar safaris, and we ended up going out and going to different bar places. And we went to this one bar, which I hope is still fucking open after all this stuff happens.
The Cozy Car, that one?
Cozy Car, right? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still around. I actually asked some friends out in San Fran. They said it's still around.
Oh, fuck yes. The thing that's great about this bar, they have converted vans. So they actually have vans that have been cut in half. So you get the front end of the van and the back end of the van, and they've made them into booths inside this really dark bar. And they've laminated the entire bar with like 1990s Playboy fucking covers and interiors. Remember?
Yep. Oh yeah. I love that bar.
Dude, I love this fucking bar. And you go there, and it's super dark inside. We've been there too, Banner. We went there when we went out. They have like super like Nicholas Raffen, like neon pink lighting.
Where is this?
Oh, what do they play on the TVs? That's the best part.
Yes, that's
in
the best
California?
part. This was in San Francisco. This is in the hub
Ooh,
of
it's that
fucking
burp
smoke.
again. That's coming for you every time you talk.
No, so I got the super nice new microphone so it can hear all my indigestion.
Ooh.
So that's what you're hearing. Up in northern San Francisco, there's this bar, and then on the TVs
Oh, I remember this place.
is all sorts of really trashy, probably
It has the
1990s
fadeaway
porn.
infinite floor.
Yeah, it has a fadeaway floor. And then they also have 1990s porn on it. And I remember being in there, and one of my favorite things about you, Jarvis, is that you have very low attention span for anything. So you're sitting there, and you're on your fucking phone, and we're all sitting around, and we're talking about shit, and you're looking at your phone, and every once in a while, you'd look up at the TV at the porn shit that was going on, you'd be like, oh yeah, she's got a good one. And you look back at your phone. And that literally started the memes, the audio memes that have existed with us forever.
Getting a good one. But it was intercut with like that 1970s like a car chase show. What was it? Do you remember what it was called?
Oh, no, it wasn't Chips, right? It wasn't
No,
Chips.
it wasn't Chips. No, it was like a two-name. It was like a Starsky and Hutch, but it wasn't. It was some other show, but I just remember it was intercut. So like we were watching like these cars drive off cliffs and crash into each other, and then it would cut to just like a brutal cum shot, like right from there. And I just remember it caught my attention because, you know, you hear the wah, 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 and then like all those other sounds and this girl was just getting a good one. It was ridiculous.
Oh, God damn it.
Jarvis, what job are you on right now?
I'm home now. We finished early today.
Gina, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do over there?
I'm just trying to give everyone the inside scoop.
Yeah, you're trying to cause a little trouble with Jarvis.
Well, I'm allowed to do deep throat sounds when I'm at home.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the Looney Tunes wah wah wah, but no.
Yeah, the trombone. Oh my God! I love children,
dude. I love the fact that you're the last guest on the show. I love that the show has deteriorated to this point. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm happy to be a part of your show getting discontinued.
Wait, this is how you're wrapping it up?
No, I'm not wrapping it up yet. We're still going, motherfuckers. Oh, God damn it.
Oh my God. I'm sweating from laughing so hard.
Well, look. To get back to the listeners of the show, because I've been ignoring you intentionally because you're a bunch of fucking moody pricks. But to get back to the listeners on the show, the important thing to take away from this is that definitely find the right people to work with. Find the crew that you love to be with. Find the people that you love to spend fucking time with, because I'm sure you could support me on this, Kruta. We love hanging out. We love hanging out with Jarvis. We love hanging out with these people because
playing with our tugboats.
He's like, fuck off. But it's important. It's important to be around the people that really inspire you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should be laughing on set. People shouldn't be stressed out and yelling at each other. You know, we should be having a good time while we make our art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want people.
100% completely understand.
Oh my
Shut up, Tim.
Oh
Shut up, you dumb bitch. God damn it, D, you dumb bitch.
You dumb bird.
You stupid dumb bird. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, that's the only reason I keep Kruta around. That way, if I'm a stress mess, he can give me shit about it.
Well,
yeah. I won't try and calm you down. I'll just work you up.
Yeah, keep instigating.
Kruta, are you drinking a Negroni?
No, I'm drinking other half beer.
Oh.
Oh.
We're still dealing with this.
New York.
I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotchy, scotch, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Yeah, we're still dealing with that.
Please don't play any more of those clips you've played. I feel like that machine has hundreds of options, but you've played the same 5 clips.
She said it. She said what we were all thinking.
Come on, Gina, it's fine. We could do a couple new ones here. Hold on.
You're a small petting man.
Little Larry David. Let's see.
You got
what
any JB Smooth?
I don't. Hold on.
These directions are shit. You know that?
Little Larry David.
People underestimate
You need to get some Sunny quotes in there.
Oh, you didn't get any Always Sunny quotes?
Not yet. Not yet.
You gotta get some Mac in there.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, guys, I only had enough time to prepare for
Episode
Unacceptable.
I've only had enough time to prepare for
Episode 100.
It's been really difficult to
I
get this
just
shit
spent
ready.
the entire time watching the Kardashians. I mean, that was a long time compiling those.
It's research for this episode.
That's what it was.
Lots of research, I think.
Yeah, like the past
hours
year and a
hours.
half. Yeah, it's been me researching for episode
He's
100.
so smart now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it changes everything.
It changes everything, guys.
Holy shit.
You have so many.
Just having the confidence to do what you want to do and you believe in.
Yeah, exactly. And then for those of you listening, because we always talk about how to get your business up and running.
Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
That's definitely Kim talking to Courtney because Courtney cannot get her shit together.
All it sounds like to me is a bunch of hens yelling at each other.
If chickens
like a
could
chicken
speak
farm.
English.
I 100% completely understand.
We're done here.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Listen, guys, let's get serious. There's nothing wrong with liking the Kardashians. There's nothing wrong with
They probably
finding
don't even know
inspiration.
this is the title track, the title song to the Kardashians.
There's nothing wrong with being inspired by very strong and powerful people. You know what I mean? By people that have earned what they've been, how they've got there.
She's ruined my life.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Kim. So, yeah, man. So let me see. Where do we go from here?
What do we do now? Do we talk about our favorite? It's Mike's 100th episode. Do we talk about our favorite parts of Michael?
Oh, God.
Like physical parts?
It could be physical, mental. It could be like scent based. It could be anything.
Oh, God. It's dead silence.
Jarvis, you go first. What's your favorite
Not all at once.
physical attribute of Michael Pesci?
Stop it. Fuck off.
My favorite physical attribute?
Yeah, no, it's fine, Jarvis.
Oh, I gotta think about that. I would probably say his meat sweats. They're like second to none.
Yo.
He's like me. He gets those wicked meat sweats whenever he eats. And me and him can relate to that, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's very true. I have to change my underpants after you and I sit down and have a shakurma. Yeah.
I just love Jarvis. Did you get that video from Gina with Mike enjoying his steak?
No, I only sent that to you, Kruta.
You only sent that? Oh, I feel so special. Okay, so Gina sent me this incredible video. She's sitting inside the apartment. Mike is outside on the porch by himself, eating the steak that he cooked for himself, by himself. Thinks no one is around.
No, because it's like it's still light outside and it's dark
Has
inside.
no idea Gina's inside recording, and he's sitting there talking to the steak while he's eating it. And he's just like,
please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, you're so
I need to
smoky.
see this
You're so
video.
good.
Yeah, no, it's a good
I'll
one.
send it to you.
Please send that.
It's a good one.
It was-
I fully support.
It was the most pure, wholesome perspective into the life of Mike Pesci. It was fantastic. It was
It wasn't
absolutely
lava. I ate a whole bunch of fiberglass insulation. It wasn't cotton candy like that guy said.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
That steak's getting it good.
Oh, steak's getting a good one.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you enjoying me in my quiet little moments. That's nice.
It was wonderful.
Well,
it was wonderful. I'd
That's how
love
you
to
know
see more.
true love.
Well, I think it's pretty accurate too because he was talking during the quiet moment. So, I mean, that seems fitting.
Whoa. What are you doing, Gina? Hold on.
Oh.
It's the video. You just can't hear you. I can hear you like cutting the meat up.
Am I talking?
Jarvis is
work.
getting it now. Jarvis, you should put your phone up to it because my speaker's broken, but it's in there.
Well, look, I appreciate you spying on me, first off. I love you. You're a really trustworthy fucking partner. I appreciate that. And then I also appreciate you sharing that with everybody, all my friends. That's really cool of you.
Only one.
I like that. That's my favorite thing.
It's not like something we haven't seen before, anyways. I mean, I've seen you talk to meat before in person.
It's very true.
I 100% completely understand.
Oh my god.
I love this fucking
Get
thing.
her out of here.
All right, hold on. We'll check.
And there's going to be flutes playing and
oh god,
trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs. And we will dance till the sun rises.
Liam, are you going to edit all these out? Are you going to?
No, this is the fucking issue, is that all of you are hearing this for the first time, and there are so many more sound clips. For about 3 weeks, he just played the same 3 sound clips every single recording, and it was constant.
Listen, it's all about repetition, brother. This is how we get T-shirts sold. This is how it happens.
Yeah, you gotta break the algorithm.
Stockhold syndrome.
This is what I hear every night when I go to sleep.
Really proud of you.
But all the time, I hear this.
Really proud of you.
All the time, every night.
Really proud of you.
It's Liam. Just appreciating who I am, what I want to do.
I've done way too many mushrooms.
Fucking Rick. I've got all the... I can't prove any of this. Yeah, that's my favorite. I can't prove any of this. Remember that at home when you listen to the show, because you're listening to, what are we in? 4 shots bourbon mic / 3 beers bourbon mic. So anything I say at this point, I can't prove any of this. Yeah, none of this matters at this point.
You played the one earlier, but I don't know if everybody who's on now heard the one about with the fingers and switching it out.
All right, hold on. I think it's this one. Do me a favor.
Pardon?
I learned this shit with my 2 fingers, and it made people fucking cry, so I'm going to take them fingers out, and your face is going to go in there instead. And we're going to do that with your face instead of the fingers.
What is that?
Hold on, I'm going to play that again. I don't know where you found this, Liam. I feel like you just found a way to recreate my voice. Hold on. Do me a favor. I learned this shit with my 2 fingers, and it made people fucking cry, so I'm going to take them fingers out, and your face is going to go in there instead. And we're going to do that with your face instead of the fingers.
What? That sounds like you, Mike. Is that you?
Yeah, it's totally me. I don't remember saying it. I don't know. Hold on. We'll play it one more time just so you guys get it. Do me a favor. I learned this shit with my 2 fingers, and it made people fucking cry, so I'm going to take them fingers out, and your face is going to go in there instead. And we're going to do that with your face instead of the fingers.
Mike, you need to do like one of those New Yorker style things where people come up with what's the possible context for that line and see who has the best answer.
I have no idea where you found that fucking clip. Where did you find that fucking clip, Liam?
It was on the show, man. Oh, don't worry about it. It's fucking funny.
Oh my god. I don't want to be negative about it. I've got so many good ones on this board. Hold on, what's this one?
I am so going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. You don't even want to get me started right now. Like
fucking Rick killing it.
Oh, Darge.
Yeah, Darge killing it, man. So we got a bunch of good loops. This board's really cool. The problem is it just takes a while to load the shit up. So yes, I have been replaying a lot of the clips, Liam, but it, come on.
Wait, I have a question about Darge before we get too far off topic. Do you think he's Q?
Do I think what?
Is him being interested in conspiracy theories just a cover for the fact that he's actually Q and he's spreading all this shit?
Oh my god!
Look, I know. I can say this without a doubt that Rick is completely genuine. He's completely genuine about all his conspiracy theories.
His neuroses are real.
They're fucking real. They are real. And I love him for it. But him and I, we hung out. You'll get nerdy about this. We hung out and barbecued, last week? The week before? We made a fucking tomahawk steak that was like 2 inches thick. Fuck, that was a good steak. And we hung out. We just talked conspiracy theories all day, and then we had indigestion together. It was a really fun time.
Living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream on
episode 100. Episode 100. Episode 100.
What are we drinking now?
What are we drinking now, babe? What'd you give me? What is this? This is Clown Shoes. Oh, fuck yeah. Clown Shoes Clementine White Ale. Hell yeah. Let's do it. So, yeah. So what else is going on, guys? I know I've been keeping you hostage. What are we at? Like 224? This is going to be a great episode. I'm just going to...
Oh, it's so off the rails.
Yeah, I'm just going to dither this one out. It's going to run the long fucking course. Look, I'm going to say this again. I cannot wait to be in the same room with you guys. I miss... Stu, you weren't able to be there, but Gina put on a great birthday for me, like 2 years ago at this point, Beans? Uh-huh. Yeah, we need to do another fucking party.
That was so great.
Yeah, but we're going to do one
That was so much fun.
Yeah. We're going to do one West Coast style. We're going to do a fucking West Coast party.
We should rent that mansion again.
Yeah, we're going to get a fucking place. We're going to get that fucking Lethal Weapon 2 bad guy ranching that we were in. Yeah, fuck yeah. With the fucking cliff face. Was the one where like...
What was it, a ranching?
Ranching, yeah. Yeah. So
can we act out scenes from 80s action movies while we're in there and be all the bad guys?
Oh, hell yeah. Every time you walk in the house...
That's the only way to do it, yes.
Dude, every time you walk in the house, you're going to step on plastic. You guys are going to always have to ask, why is the plastic on the ground? All that shit's going to happen. It's going to be intentional.
I will jump over every couch in slow motion. All of them.
I just want to fire an Uzi throughout the house.
As long as I'm jumping over a couch in slow motion away from it, deal.
It'll
cool.
Be,
all right, deal.
It'll be slow motion in your mind, but to everybody else, it'll be the awkward flop that you break a glass. Break a glass. Oh, fuck. No, we need to do this shit, man. We need to do this shit, and we need to have... all right, here's my prediction. We're gonna have a vaccine. So the vaccine's gonna come out, let's say February, right? Vaccine releases in February. The good news about California is that the weather's still good. The weather's the best out here in the winter months. It's like autumn out here in the winter months. So February, vaccine comes out. You guys all get on a fucking plane. We'll get a space. We'll bring the smokers. We'll bring our shit. Let's intentionally try to murder ourselves on meat and carcinogens. That's the move.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I will not hesitate to drop mad cash on the biggest A5 Wagyu brisket that I can get my hands on.
Oh, please. Let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's plan on it as soon as we can. I'm coming.
Dude, we should fly Nichols out too.
All right. Look, I got to wrap this fucking show up. But I just want to say this right now. Let me start one at a time. Jarvis.
Yep.
You're a gentleman. You're one of my best friends on the planet. I don't know why why we're not hanging out enough.
It's because you're on fucking 3,000 miles away, dude.
Dude, that's just a concept, man, and it's not reality.
Well, I will get as soon as this happens, dude. I want to get my ass out to California and hang out with you guys. I miss all of you so much.
Please come out here to California. I want you to bring who you are. I want you to bring your tugboat. We'll have
Can that be the thumbnail for this episode?
Oh my God! Yes, Jarvis' tugboat.
I got to. I'm gonna send Kruta after we got off the phone. I'm gonna send you a picture of the tugboat. I actually updated it. I added more veins to it.
I want us all to have a tugboat competition. I want us all to guide an oil tanker into dock. Let's just say that.
Ooh, you just gave me my next new challenge. I'm going to make a docking station.
Oh, please.
Oh, my God. I'm sweating.
All right, Jarvis, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the show, brother. And
yeah, man.
Once this motherfucking quarantine is done, we're gonna do a show. We're gonna do a show where everybody's here, and we're gonna do a big party. So
I'm in, dude. Count me in. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And it was great to hear from all of your voices,
including Kim Kardashian's.
Jarvis, great to hear you.
Listen,
yeah, it's great being heard.
Listen,
Nice to meet you, man.
She's ruined my life.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that out of you. All right,
Jesus Christ.
All right, Jarvis, hang up the phone. Get out of here.
All right, bye, guys. I love you all. Bye.
Oh, all right. And then,
Nice to meet you.
oh my God. So Stu and Crew Dog, thank you for both being on the show. And Stu, thanks for continuously writing me text messages and listening to every episode, and then just giving me shit about all the bad stuff I say on the show. I appreciate it.
That is my highlight. That's my favorite thing. I start making a list as I'm listening to it, being like, oh yeah, this thing. Yep, that one.
Stu, you're the shit. Last time you were here, I had a bunch of fun while you were in LA.
That's right.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be back before too long.
Before you move to
once
Sharon.
travel's allowed.
Travel will be allowed.
And yeah, it'll be great to catch up again. I mean, that was so much fun last time, and it was all too brief. Since I was only able to be in LA for basically a weekend. But hopefully next time it'll be able to be longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're ready for you, brother. So once we get out of this fucking shit, we will put together something great, and everybody will be here for it.
As long as we're actively taking years off our lives with food and drink, I am more than in.
That's my goal. I want to treat myself really terribly so that when we finally get out of this and I finally get a movie greenlit, I'll just have a heart attack when they give me the news. That's my move.
Oh my goodness.
That's the move. That's the move I want. So, dude, thanks for being on the show, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. And then Crew Dog, as always, man, my brother from another mother. Thanks for being there. Thanks for being on most of these episodes. Thanks for being here in spirit when I fucking talk shit about you.
Anytime. Congrats on episode 100. I know you've been working your ass off on this thing, so you deserve everything you get out of this.
Oh, so cute.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me that praise, and I also appreciate Gina burping over all of it. That's a really
No, I didn't mean that in a good way. I meant like someone gets upset about what you said and they come to your house and like
Yeah. Yeah, now that you've mentioned Glendale enough, one thing I asked you when you started this whole thing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up his address for all the listeners out there.
That's right. Glendale's a big fucking city. I haven't mentioned where we live.
Oh shit, Jarvis just sent me this.
Did you look at his tugboat? Hold on, let me see it. Hold on.
Oh no.
Oh god, it looks like a cross between a turnip and a mushroom.
It looks like a fucking bodybuilder's thumb.
It is the Always Sunny invite to their party, which they thought it was a muscle, like an arm. And it looks like a penis.
Bad man shushes.
So good, man. All right, Crew Dog, I'm going to let you go. So thanks for being on the show, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I got to run anyway. I got barbecue to eat.
Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. And tell Tango he's a piece of shit. I
will.
appreciate it.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll pass that along. I miss you guys. It's been too long. I can't wait to hang out again, do stuff, and make food and make movies and all that.
Have a Negroni tonight.
I will. I will for you. I'll send you a photo.
All right, big man. I'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, cool, man. All right. So we're down to the core. It's just me, Gina, and Liam at this point. And for those of you listening, I appreciate you sitting through this. And I hope you've been drinking along. I hope you've been playing the drinking game. We're all feeling it right now. How you feeling, Beans?
I think what everyone learned about being in the industry today is that you can get fucked up. Oh, I guess it's Friday, but still, it's 2:30 p.m. That's the incentive to become an artist.
Yeah. This is the end of our day. This is the end of our day at this point. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with us, man. And then Liam, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I am not drinking, but I'm sitting here listening to a bunch of people getting drunk, and that's always a great time.
How was this episode for you? Is this any interesting? Was it good? Was it interesting?
Normally you ask me this off air.
I know. What the hell?
Yeah. No. I'll ask you on air.
No, dude, I love this. Like, in all seriousness, congratulations on getting to 100. It takes a hell of a fucking lot of work, and as somebody who hopped on halfway through and got an idea of what it takes to do this and to do it this long and this consistently. I mean, it's a fuck ton amount of work, man. And you have not once have I seen you I've seen you get pissed or whatever and upset about shit, but nothing out of character. And it's really impressive.
Well, dude, look, I appreciate it, Liam. And then the truth of the matter is this, and this is like a big hug fest at this point, but the truth of the matter is this. You came to me because so we met initially because you set up the first...
I was a fan of the show before I started on it. Yes.
And you set up the first interview where I talked to your class about being a filmmaker and all that sort of stuff. That was how we first met, right?
Yes. That's how I got in contact with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then after that, for those of you listening that are just catching up, and I'm chewing, so bear with my rudeness, but Liam reached out to me and was like, look, I want to be a part of the show and I want to be a part of the stuff. And he literally moved across country to intern for this show, which is a big thing. And that's an internship. Whenever you go to a college, you need to do an internship to be able to get your credits, and you need to go through that process. But it's kind of a fucking sham because he comes out here and he works for me for nothing. So he's been out here and he's hustled his ass, and he not only did what I asked, but he also brought a lot to the show. We talked a lot about how the show could be, how the show can develop, how we can become something bigger and better. And you become such an important aspect of this show, Liam. So I really appreciate all the hard work that you've done. And those of you listening, and if you've been listening to the long season 2 that we've had, this season has only been as good as it is because Liam has been on the show with us. So I just wanted to say that on air, Liam, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate all the hard work that you do for us, dude.
Hello.
You fucking asshole.
Liam, say hello.
All right.
No, real talk. It's been an absolute pleasure. And for everybody who's listening, I cannot stress enough how awesome it is to work on a show where we constantly are able to not only hang out with a lot of people like we've had today, but also meet a bunch of my heroes in this stuff. And it's like the exciting part is somebody who has been listening. I know how important this show is for a lot of people who are sitting there and not getting what we thought we would get when we went to a school, or what we thought we would get by going on YouTube and looking at that stuff. I mean, it's just fun to be on both sides of it. It's been a fucking blast, man.
Well, dude, I think that's the way. I think that's the way to end the show. Thank you, Gina, for being on the show and hanging out.
Sure.
Yeah, there it is. And I'm going to leave all of you guys. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, everybody that's been on the show. And thank you guys that have been listening. We've got to 100 episodes because you guys are a big part of it. You guys have been responding. You guys have been sending us feedback. You guys have been suggesting guests and continue to do so. Please, because we're not getting paid. Liam's not getting paid. I'm not getting paid. We're not getting paid to do this stuff. We do this to get feedback from you guys. So if you like this episode, if you like any of the other episodes, fuck, Jesus Christ, there's the bourbon. If you like the other episodes, if you want to see some new places, if you want to see new guests, if you want to see new stuff from the new season, drop us a note at Instagram, at Mike Pecci on Instagram, or at In Love With The Process. That's In Love With The Process Pod on Instagram. And before I forget, because I've sort of fallen off track here, I also want to give a big thanks to all the sponsors that have continuously supported the show, to our past sponsors, to the people that have got us to episode 100. And I want to give out a couple shout outs. I want to give out shout outs to our old sponsors. I want to give out shout outs to Rule Broadcast back in Boston. Those guys, John Rule, all those dudes over there have been supporting us since the beginning. So if you're on the East Coast, if you're looking to rent new gear, if you're looking to get new camera equipment, definitely go to rule.com. That is the place. That is the place to go to get training. That is the place to go to get great equipment, get great camera equipment. A big shout out to like Fright Rags. Fright Rags was supporting us for a while. Obviously, an enormous shout out to Puget Systems. Puget Systems has supported the show since the beginning. Puget Systems helps support me with Who's There, the short. Puget Systems makes amazing PCs, makes amazing edit systems, but they also support artists. So I'm not going to give a full read for these guys right now. It's more important for you guys to know that if you're looking for an honest company run by honest individuals, go check out Puget Systems. Go look at PugetSystems.com. I'm also going to give a shout out to Quasar Science. The dudes from Quasar have been supporting us since we met them. And they continue to support us with gear and equipment and sponsorship. So go check out Quasar Science as well. A big old shout out. Let me see if I can do this while we're talking here. Hold on. Big old shout out to my best bud, amazing guy, Code Electro. And as you've listened to the show, you know that we have leaned heavily into the new retrowave vibe. You know that we've been pushing hard. So the cinematic feel is all because of this guy. Code Electro has been killing it on our show. Go check him out. Go to codeelectro.com. What you're listening to now is some of his performance stuff that he did live. He did a mix of it live. He is part of the DNA of In Love with the Process. He is one of the reasons why you guys love the show every week. He sets the tone for the show. So, as I say on the show all the time, do yourself a favor. Go to codeelectro.com, pick up one of his vinyls, support this motherfucker. Because he is a musician, he's an artist, and all these artists need support, especially in our current day, where these guys are reliant upon you picking up merch, these guys are reliant upon you picking up vinyls. This keeps them going. So I have nothing but great things to say about Code Electro, and I thank you, Martin, for allowing us to grace the air on our show with your music. So that is that. This is the end. This is the end of the new episode, episode 100. Liam, do you have anything to say before we go? It's my favorite. You still there, Liam?
Proud of you.
There it is. There it is. Okay, cool. Well, what I'm going to leave you with is a taste of the new music that we're going to get from Knight Rider in the new season of In Love with the Process. So stay tuned for next week as we start season 3 of the In Love with the Process podcast. Thank you guys for listening.